Friday night, we come your way from Bob Murphy Stadium here in Williamsburg for Class 3A state quarterfinal football. And we've got a dandy for you tonight. Top 5 battle. Top 5 as far as the RPI is concerned, as it'll be number 3 rated Williamsburg hosting number 4 rated Mount Vernon. Great to have you aboard here tonight on CRM Live Sports at crmlivesports.com. Scott Unash and Coach John Haggerty with you. Our first trip to Williamsburg and Murphy Stadium, and tell you what, if it goes this well throughout the night, we may come back. It's a beautiful facility, John.
What a pleasure to be in Williamsburg. This is a first-class facility, and it could be a very cold night in some press boxes. Not here in Bob Murphy's press box.
No, it's a beautiful, beautiful degrees.
We're in the Holden family press box suite, in fact.
Thanks to the Holden family,
yes,
for helping us out here tonight. But we got a great battle on hand for you here, as one of these two teams is going to be headed off to the Dome next week to play in the Class 3A state semifinals. This is a game worthy of a semifinal or even a championship game. Both these teams were, as a matter of fact, in championship games last year. Williamsburg in Class 2A, and of course Mount Vernon, their run to a runner-up finish to Harlan last year that we brought you on CRM Live Sports in Class 3A. Both come in 9-1. Both come in with their only losses of the year to the Solon Spartans, and we'll keep track of Solon tonight as they're taking on West Delaware in another Class 3A quarterfinal. But you take a look at these two teams on paper, John, almost mirror images of one another, right down to the way they run their offenses as well as the stats.
Yeah, when you take a look on GoBound.com and you just run down all of the statistical evidence that has been chronicled for each of these teams, it's remarkably similar. In fact, it's almost eerie how these two heavyweights are mirror images of each other. Now, there are a couple of subtle differences, but make no mistake, this is a battle of heavyweights tonight.
It is, and you've got star power on both sides as we come your way on the Jersey Mike's pregame show here tonight from Williamsburg. Of course, Jersey Mike's subs with 2 locations in the Cedar Rapids, Marion area. The Fountains on the northeast side and on the east end of Marion. And soon coming to the Westdale area, Jersey Mike's subs, a sub above. And you talk about Williamsburg, led by the future Iowa Hawkeye Derek Weiskopf. He is pretty much the all-everything player for this Raider team. He'll play quarterback, he'll run the ball, he'll catch the ball, plays defense, probably where he's going to be next year for Kirk Ferentz and the Iowa Hawkeyes and wherever he gets on the field down there. But
and he punts.
And he punts as well. He can do it all for this Williamsburg team, but he's not alone for the Raiders.
Yeah, and he's one of those selfless players, too, that he doesn't really care about his stats. When you take a look at the team stats for Williamsburg, he doesn't lead their offensive categories. He doesn't even lead their tackle chart on the defensive side of the ball. Now, of course, he's their punter, so he leads that. But I think he's just one of those guys, Scott, that literally, he's got so many credentials in it. And by the way, he was just named to the All-American Prep football team this week, which is going to play January 6th in San Antonio. And that's the top 100 players in the country, prep-wise. So that tells you what kind of talent he's got. And yet, I think he's so selfless. He just goes to Coach Kurt Ritchie and says, put me where we can win games.
Yep, and they're going to try to do that here tonight. Neil Sin is their top runner on the year. Sin carried the ball 124 times for 761 yards. Weiskopf will play quarterback. Kellen Cockrell also has been a quarterback this year. He's got 23 touchdowns, which is second in Class 3A. Weiskopf has 10 on his own, and 35 all told. You take a look on the Mount Vernon side, and of course, returning starter Joey Romberg from last year picked right where he left off a year ago before that unfortunate injury in the semifinal. 64% completion percentage, over 2,000 yards, 20 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions. Evan Brazzi, the leading receiver, 5th in 3A, 51 catches. If he has a good night tonight, he could go over 1,000 yards in reception yardage for the year. But then you also got some real good ones. Ethan Wood, a big tight end. Jace Jaspers, a young sophomore receiver. Both these teams will employ 3 and 4 wide receivers, 1 setback. When they need to, they will go to a more of a power look, though. But like you said, these are two teams that are pretty much mirror images of one another.
Yeah, Romberg is the real deal at quarterback. He's everything that you want. He can run the ball, but he's got such an accurate arm, and he runs the offense to a T. He's the field general out there for Lance Peterson, and it's going to be a real challenge for the defense of Williamsburg to try and find a way to get him out of rhythm, and that's going to be one of my keys to the game coming up. Hang on.
Both these teams averaging 40 points a ball game. Mount Vernon 42.3. Williamsburg at just under 41 points a game. Both very stingy defensively. Mount Vernon only giving up 9.7 points a game. Williamsburg at 12.4 points per ball game. And you got two coaches that know about playoff football, with Lance Peterson, of course, did it at Wilton starting in 2004 through 2013. Came over to Mount Vernon, has not dropped a step there. Mount Vernon making their 27th appearance overall with 3 state championships as far as the Iowa High School football playoffs are concerned. And Williamsburg, they have been to the playoffs each and every year. They've got a big-time streak going back to 2008. So you put that all together, 15 or 16 seasons in a row, Williamsburg football has been in the playoffs, making their 24th appearance overall. These teams have met 3 times in the playoffs. They met in 16 and 17 back-to-back. Split those two. Mount Vernon won in 2016, 42-32, and Williamsburg won in 2017, 24-14. So a lot of history between these two teams. You talk about Kurt Ritchie, what he has done. Of course, he took over for Jim Walmachill, who was down here.
Was on Walmachill's staff 25 years ago.
Indeed, and of course, Mount Vernon football put on the map by Jim Bellamy, and Lance Peterson doing a great job of continuing the great tradition of Mount Vernon Mustang football. And oh yeah, there's a Bellamy on the team. That almost seems appropriate, right?
You know, we covered a couple of games when Bellamy was still coaching, and actually won state championship game. So, yeah, that's a big-time legacy name in Mount Vernon. But you know what, Scott? With all that being said, I don't ever remember prepping for a game in the playoffs that was where every I was dotted and every T was crossed on both sides of the field like this. This is just, it's a heavyweight matchup tonight.
It is a heavyweight matchup indeed. Number 3 versus number 4 in Class 3A. In this quarterfinal, the winner will go to the Dome, and the loser, their season is done. We will take a break on the Jersey Mike's pregame show. We'll come back and talk a little bit more about this matchup between Mount Vernon and Williamsburg when we come back to Bob Murphy Stadium. Back with more on the pregame show right here on CRM Live Sports. At Jersey Mike's, we've offered a sub above since 1956. It starts with bread, fresh baked in our stores every day, topped with quality meats, cheeses, and ingredients, sliced and grilled right in front of your eyes. And don't forget to add the juice, the red wine vinegar and olive oil blend that gives a Jersey Mike's subs its exquisite zing. Stop in and visit Jersey Mike's 2 metro locations, in the Fountains on the northeast side and on the east end of Marion near the corner of Highways 151 and 13, and coming soon to the Westdale area. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. The Cedar Rapids, Iowa City Building Trades Council represents 18 building trade unions in the corridor. Each union provides skilled workers for construction projects throughout the area. Union workers are highly skilled professionals who are determined to better their communities. The building trades unions are always looking toward the future. Training in registered apprenticeships is available. Visit their website at cricbt.org for more information. The Cedar Rapids, Iowa City Building and Trades Council, committed to getting the job done right the first time. Spinal Corrective Center, 3800 River Ridge Drive Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Dr. Gene Kretzinger, Dr. Janet Kuhl, and Dr. Jesse Henick provide education to families on healthy living and wellness. If you want to reach optimum health and peak performance levels, or are suffering from injury, pain, and other health problems, the chiropractic care they provide can give you relief and stability. Spinal Corrective Center has over 50 years combined experience in chiropractic care. And athletes, let us help you perform at 100% through sports chiropractic care. Call today at 319-393-3996 to schedule an appointment, or go online at spinalcc.com. Back with you here from Williamsburg as we get ready for this Class 3A quarterfinal as the Mount Vernon Mustangs taking on the Williamsburg Raiders. And just a beautiful night for football, John. We've got right now, taking a look at the conditions, 50 degrees and hardly any breeze. That's the big factor, I think. It's you can't ask for much better in the first Friday night of November.
You know, we've been blessed this whole season, Scott. I think we only had one Friday night that had some rain in it, and that with no delays or lightning. We've been living very, very well, but this is the perfect condition for football tonight. It's absolutely perfect. And by the way, I did get a chance to go down and walk the field. This is one of the spongiest, softest turf that I've ever been on, and it would be a pleasure to get tackled on this. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, it's just as we mentioned, just an absolutely beautiful facility that they have here in Williamsburg as we get closer and closer to the kickoff in this one. The other 3A games tonight, taking a look at the schedule, these are all, of course, quarterfinals. It will be Solon hosting West Delaware. We got WAMAC teams all over the place here. 2 here, and then 2, of course, at Spartan Stadium in Solon tonight. You've got Webster City at unbeaten #1 Creston tonight, and Sioux City Heelan will be at Sioux Center. That is a rematch as well. Sioux Center won that go-around the first time. And then many other games, Xavier and North Polk going at it tonight from over in Alleman. We'll keep up with that one. North Scott and Western Dubuque going at it tonight as well. And we'll keep up with those scores on our scoreboard, brought to you by Emo's Hideaway on First Avenue Southeast in Cedar Rapids. But going to get to some of the keys to this one here tonight. They're brought to you by the Cedar Rapids, Iowa City Building Trades Council, representing 18 building trade unions up and down the corridor. Apprenticeships are available, and you can visit them online at CRICBT.org. 2 teams that do a lot of the same things, a lot of the same formations, et cetera, what are going to be some of the intricacies we're going to look for tonight?
Yeah, now before I go into the keys to the game, Scott, we'll just remind our new listeners, perhaps from Iowa County, that CRM Live Sports is a Lynn County-based station, and so we'll leave it at that. But so we're going to talk about Mount Vernon, of course. That offensively, I think they've got to keep Joey Romberg clean. That's key tonight. They've got to keep Romberg clean. Secondly, I think that they really need to use their passing to open up the run, which is counterintuitive, but I think that's what Mount Vernon really wants to do. Defensively, Mount Vernon's got to find a way to slow down Niall Sin, because Niall Sin is the man to run the ball. Bend but don't break as well defensively for Mount Vernon, because Williamsburg has yet to convert on a field goal this season. So if you can get them stopped somewhere between, the outside the red zone, you're probably going to get a good chance of getting the ball back without anything going on the board. And then I think you got to wear down the Raiders. We take a look at the starting units for Williamsburg. There's 8 guys going both ways, Scott. That could mean that victory is hanging in the grasp in the fourth quarter. Somebody's going to have to reach out and grab it. Possibly, if the Mount Vernon Mustangs can wear them down, they might be the ones to take it. And don't even be surprised if it comes down to the final possession.
No, and I would be shocked if it didn't come down to the final possession between these 2 teams, Mount Vernon and Williamsburg, as both teams are lining up. We're going to have our national anthem here. Looks like an American Legion group from Williamsburg with the flag off to our left here. We're in the second level at the Bob Murphy Stadium press box, and thanks to Nate King and everybody here at Williamsburg, the athletic director, for all their hospitality as the starters are being introduced over the public address here tonight before this one gets underway. We mentioned some of the other games in Class 3A tonight, and we'll keep tabs on those. Both of these teams well over 300 yards as far as offense is concerned. Mount Vernon, 350 yards a game. That is number 8 in Class 3A. They're number 2 passing, as the Mustangs have thrown it for 214.6 yards per contest. Mustangs only giving up defensively per game 199.5 yards, and Williamsburg also very, very stingy 187.9 yards that they are giving up. And talk about big wins. Mount Vernon started the year with a big win against Monticello, 35-6. The only blemish to the Solon Spartans, 37-20. Christened the brand new stadium in Mount Vernon with the win over Assumption, 24-7. And talk about Williamsburg, big wins. Beat West Branch to start the year, 42-14. Of course, that monumental win up at Saints Field against Cedar Rapids Xavier, 21-20. And their only loss was a 21-14 loss at Spartan Stadium to Solon as well. Williamsburg defeated Humboldt in the first round of the playoffs last week here at Bob Murphy Stadium, 23-0. And Mount Vernon at home, they defeated a pretty good Independence team by a score of 50-6. So both these teams with very good showings offensively and defensively in their first games of the postseason. As we are getting closer and closer to the playing of our national anthem here tonight from Williamsburg. We'll take a short break, come back, and get you ready for the kickoff of this one between Mount Vernon and Williamsburg in a Class 3A quarterfinal. Back after this here on CRM Live Sports.
Whether you need long-term care or short-term rehabilitation for your elder, one visit to Westridge Care Center and you'll see what has made them one of the finest nursing care facilities in the area since 1992. At Westridge Care Center, our #1 priority is to make all loved ones in our care safe and healthy. Westridge Care Center implements the Eden philosophy to reflect an environment of living as a habitat for humans instead of a place of frailty and waiting. Call 390-3367 to arrange a tour of their privately owned single-entity facility with private rooms with all the amenities. Westridge Care Center, 3131 F Avenue Northwest, Cedar Rapids, and online at westridgecarecenter.com.
Back with you here at Williamsburg as we get ready for our national anthem here from Bob Murphy Stadium.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And a very nice rendition of our national anthem here tonight from Williamsburg. Mount Vernon wearing their traveling white jerseys tonight with the maroon numbers, the maroon helmets with the silver galloping Mustang and the maroon pants. And Williamsburg in their home red jerseys with the white numerals trimmed in black, black helmets with the red and white stripes, black pants with the red stripe going down the side. And going to be a good one here tonight with a trip to the Dome on the line here this evening. This is going to be the 8th meeting between Mount Vernon and Williamsburg all time. Of course, we mentioned 4 of those have been in the playoffs. They've all been since 2001. And Mount Vernon with a 4-3 advantage as far as the overall series is concerned. So Going to be a good one as we get ready for our first half, which is going to be brought to you by Spinal Corrective Center. Doctors Kuehl, Kretzinger, and Henick delivering state-of-the-art chiropractic care for athletes and their entire families. Bigger, faster, stronger. To get 100%, you have to be able to function at 100%. Spinal Corrective Center PC offers sports chiropractic care to function at the highest level. 3800 River Ridge Drive Northeast in Cedar Rapids, and online at spinalcc.org. The captain's meeting at the 50-yard line. And been looking forward to this one all week, John. This one's going to be a honey.
Yeah, there are people all over the state that have their eyes on the game here tonight, and what a privilege to be able to call it.
And it's going to be, I believe it was Mount Vernon getting the toss.
Yes. They deferred, and Williamsburg will be receiving.
So the Raiders will get the ball first. And as we mentioned, there is no wind tonight. What to speak of. Tell you, this track is basically ringed by flags. It's just such a beautiful facility and a great place to hold a big, important playoff game like this.
You know, there are 5A schools that would give their eye teeth to have this stadium. It's just phenomenal. The people of Williamsburg have to be so proud, and obviously they are of their team because they've showed up in force tonight on the home stands.
Mount Vernon, a big crowd over there in the far stands. As dropping back deep for Williamsburg, it'll be Race Heitman. He's a junior. He's a good one. The number 3 receiver for a very good receiving corps for Williamsburg, as he will drop to receive the kickoff from Bennett Harp. The junior will put it down at the 40-yard line. And we're just about set to get this one underway. Special teams have been big for Williamsburg this year on the return side. Multiple touchdowns, punt returns, and kickoff returns. Mount Vernon probably with the better kicking game, so we'll see if that evens things out. As we are set for this 3A state quarterfinal, and we are underway. High end over end, short kick, and it's taken at the 10. Heitman to the 15, gets to the 20, squeezes through to the 25, and about to the 28-yard line for Race Heitman. And they'll give him the 29-yard line on a 19-yard return. It'll be 1st and 10 for Williamsburg. And it's going to be Derek Weiskopf at quarterback, number 12, the future Hawkeye, 6'3", 210-pounder. Niall Sin, 5'10", 165, and a junior, will start off as the tailback. They'll have Ian Stumpf in there as a blocking back at times, and he's going to start in there. They're going to go offset eye to the left. They'll empty the backfield in motion, and Weiskopf up the middle, runs right into Nova Lane and put him down right away for a loss of 1. Tried the quarterback draw, John, and big 69 was right there.
Yeah, Nova Lane stood him up, and a couple of big, tall guys there. That was a long fall for both of them down to that turf.
2nd down and 11. Riddell at center, 5'10", 195 for Williamsburg. Vesey and Armbrecht are the guards. Here is the toss to Sin, trying to get to the near side. Chased down from behind and brought down Jackson Jaspers. First one to get to him. And got a little bit of help in there from Miles Francis. And it's going to be a pickup of 2 and make it 3rd and 9 from the 30-yard line.
Yeah, toss sweep to Williamsburg's right. And the defensive end for Mount Vernon did a great job of getting penetration in there and setting the edge immediately. So that had to be shut upfield right away.
Tight end to the right, receivers left and right. They'll send Heitman in motion. Weiskopf in the shotgun. He'll throw the quick out. Catch made, but nothing doing. All kinds of white jerseys there. It's going to be a loss of about 3 as the catch was made by Clayton Steckley, the senior wide receiver. They tried to set up a screen, but Mount Vernon read it beautifully.
Yeah, that wide receiver screen to the wide side of the field just was converged on immediately. White shirts all over.
So it'll be Weiskopf to stay in there to punt it away. Twins back at about the 35 for Mount Vernon. Just underway, no score. A 3-and-out for Williamsburg on their first offensive play of the game. Weiskopf with the kick, a low one, collected at the 38-yard line, up the numbers 40-45 And looked like Michael Ryan bringing it back, and it was the sophomore. Hey, we talked about a Bellamy. There's got to be a Ryan on the team, too.
Yes, that's a family name that has loomed large in Mount Vernon football lore for some time.
47-yard line, return of 8 for Ryan on the low kick, and it'll be first down for Mount Vernon and Joey Romberg. They'll flip-flop their receivers and put them all trips in the slot to the left side, and they will toss it. Hurd gets to the 50-yard line and then stuck hard.
By guess who?
By Mr. Weiskopf.
You know, if you think that because he is a three-sport all-stater and a high jump champion, that he won't come up and rock your world, there's evidence right there. That tackle from his free safety position on the toss sweep, that's going to make his highlight reel for this year.
Jackson Hurd, number 25, the 5'9", 180-pound junior. They'll give him 3 to the 50-yard line, and it'll be second down and 7. Romberg in the shotgun, and now he'll flip-flop Wood and Jace Jaspers from left to right. Play clock down to 4. Long count. They're going to run a little speed option. Here's the pitch out to Hurd. Spins at the 50, gets to the 45, and brought down by Race Heitman. Close to a first down as it gets to the 44 of Williamsburg.
Yeah, that was speed option, all right, but Romberg had no intention of running that like you see so often from quarterbacks that just get the pitch and then immediately take off to the sideline. He pitched that almost as soon as he had it in his hands.
Gorsh at left tackle, 275 and a senior. Give the others in a moment. Third down is short. Under center this time, Romberg. They're going to go with the triple full house backfield quarterback sneak, and it's going to be close.
I think he's got it, but
yeah, I think he's got it by about a half a yard. And they will move the chains. First down, Mount Vernon.
Williamsburg defense, classic 4-4 with a cover 3 look. And those corners, Scott, are coming up and playing hard cover 3.
First and 10 from the Raider 42-yard line. No score, 8:25 clock rolling here in the first quarter from Williamsburg in this 3A state quarterfinal. Romberg off the fake. He'll throw the pass in the flat. Caught. 40. Nice cutback. Jaspers to the 30, to the 25, and down to the 22-yard line for the sophomore Jace Jaspers. That's going to go for a gain of 21 and a Mount Vernon first down.
Yeah, that little trips flip-flop really overloaded the left-hand side of the Mount Vernon line, and they had a mismatch on the numbers game for the defense of Williamsburg. But great running there after the reception by Jace Jaspers.
First and 10, just outside the red zone for Romberg and Mount Vernon. Brazzi and Jaspers in the slot left side. One receiver to the right. Williamsburg showing blitz, and here they come. And Romberg's going to keep it to the 20, to the 15. Cuts it back at the 10, and then slides down inside the 10 at the 8. And it's going to be first and goal coming up for Mount Vernon.
Yeah, speed option to the left this time, and Williamsburg was ready for the pitch immediately. So too many people out there on the pitch, man, made it obvious that Romberg had to just take that himself.
It will be first and goal from the 8-yard line. Wide side of the field to the right. They'll put Wood, Jaspers, and Brazzi over on the right side. Romberg rolls right, looking to throw on first down. Throws for the right side of the end zone, incomplete. He tried to get it to Krob. He was covered over there by Kellen Cockrell. And it'll be second down and goal from the 8.
Imagine 4 receivers down there inside the 10-yard line, all running into the right-hand side of the end zone. My goodness, that's a lot of bodies to pick from.
Watson Krob, the junior, 6'3", 185, split to the left side. And it will be Jaspers up top. They're going to go with the full house backfield with Wood and Brazzi back there along with Hurd. 9 on the play clock. Romberg in the shotgun. Still moving people around. He'll get the snap. They're going to run the option again. Late pitch out to Hurd, and he's going to lose yardage. Heitman was waiting for him as soon as he got the pitch and dropped him back at the 10.
Great job there of reading the quarterback by Simeon Arbrecht for Williamsburg. He put a licking on Romberg.
Third and goal for Mount Vernon. Up front, Gorsh, Reneker, Goslin, Heck, and Briesmeister. 275, 205, 220, 305, and 210. Big offensive line for Mount Vernon. Third down and goal from just outside the 10, no score. Here's Ethan Wood going in motion off the fake. Romberg to throw. Has time. Loops the left side of the end zone for Brazzi. Over the shoulder catch. Got it. Touchdown, Mount Vernon. They crisscrossed him, John.
That's right. They took their wide receivers and just ran a deep crossing pattern all the way into the corner of the end zone. It was just a nice little fade pass there by Romberg.
For Evan Brazzi, his 11th touchdown reception of the year. And it's 6-0 in favor of Mount Vernon. With 6:26 to play here in the opening quarter. And a 53-yard drive. Extra point try up, and it is good by Bennett Harp. Mount Vernon with the early jump. 7-0 with 6:26 to play here in the opening quarter. Back with the kickoff after this here on CRM Live Sports.
At Hunt Graphic Innovations, it's the personal touch that counts. If you're serious about creating an eye-catching website or need assistance in graphic design for print, newsletters, posters, signs, or banners, Hunt Graphic Innovations has the experience to help get the job done. With personal attention and competitive pricing, discover the difference Hunt Graphic Innovations can make for you. American Family Insurance agent Kurt Gustafson is committed to inspiring and protecting dreams right here in Cedar Rapids and the surrounding area. He starts by getting to know you and your needs and build a free auto, home, or life insurance quote. By bundling policies, we can often offer a variety of discounts. Whether you're purchasing a car, buying property, managing an investment property, starting a small business, or leaving behind a legacy, we've got your back as you pursue your dreams, and we'll help protect them. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. See Kurt Gustafson Agency of American Family Insurance on Johnson Avenue Southwest, right across from the Johnson Avenue Hy-V for more details.
Scoring on their first drive, Mount Vernon went 53 yards in 3 minutes and 36 seconds. Romberg to Brazzi. Romberg's 21st touchdown throw of the year. Here's the line drive kick by Harp. Angling to the near side, and it's going to go out of bounds. And it's going to be Williamsburg ball and pretty good field condition here. And the position will put it at the 35-yard line.
That drive by Mount Vernon for the touchdown on their first possession was a thing of beauty. Really used the pass like we predicted to set up the run. Saw speed option a couple of times. Williamsburg doing a good job of starting to pick that up, though. I think Mount Vernon is going to have to be careful. They don't go to that well too often, but it sure worked nicely in that first possession.
3 receivers, Heitman, along with Braylon Weegen and Clayton Steckley for Williamsburg. Weiskopf still the quarterback. He's got Sin on his hip. He'll fake it. Weiskopf, the keeper, starts left, cuts it up middle, 40 to the 50, into Mustang territory, and Brazzi made the tackle at the 44-yard line.
Touchdown saving tackle.
21 on the run for Derek Weiskopf.
That was just read option, and after the fake to Sin, he took it right up the gut. It was blocked beautifully by the home team.
Coming up on the halfway point of the first quarter, 7-0 in favor of Mount Vernon. Offset eye to the left, 2 receivers that way. Heitman starts in motion. Here's the toss to Sin with blockers in front. 40 up the hash mark, 35, cuts it back to the 30, 25, 20, and all the way down into the red zone, down to the Mount Vernon 16-yard line. 28 yards on the run by Niall Sin.
Toss sweep to the wide side of the field, and they got a great crackback block to seal the edge by one of their wide receivers out there, and that was what let Sin go off to the races.
1st and 10 at the Mount Vernon 15 is where they're going to mark it. 2 plays to go from the 35 all the way into the red zone. They'll send Heitman in motion left to right. Here's the handoff, nothing doing. Sin got absolutely leveled by Ethan Wood. The 6'5", 220-pound junior came crashing in there.
Put the big bear hug on him, and there was no standing him up, just take him to the ground.
Wood, one of those defensive tackles. It's kind of a morphed 3-5-4 for Mount Vernon. Or I should say 3-4-3 for Mount Vernon. Can't have 12 guys out there. 2nd down and 11 from the, we'll call it the 16-yard line. 4:49 to play here in quarter number 1. 7-0 Mount Vernon. Weiskopf on the handoff. Sin, a big hole up the middle, broke a tackle, stumbles inside the 10 and down to the 9-yard line. That'll be a gain of 7 as they follow the left side of the line that time.
Boy, Niall Sin is so quick. If he gets even the smallest little crease or seam, he's through it, and you better get him pretty quick because he knows how to jump cut and go off to the races.
Big offensive line for Williamsburg as well. 195, 240, 215, 270, and 250.
Yeah, and they're athletic too. They wear their pads well.
3rd down and 4 from the Mount Vernon 9-yard line. They need to get to the 5. Weiskopf in the shotgun. He'll fake and throw the slant. It's broken up at the goal line, incomplete. Evan Brazzi, good defensive play on Weechen. And they are going to bring in the kicker. This is, if this is successful, it'll be number 1 on the year.
First field goal of the year if they convert. Now he was getting in the pregame warm-ups. He was hitting them from the 15 on in with regularity. So assuming the blocking and the hold and snap are there, this should be good.
The kicker is Logan Rethwish from the far hash mark, a 25-yard field goal. Good snap, placed down, kick is up, and it is good. He got it there.
Just got it over.
Rethwish with a 25-yard field goal as Williamsburg comes right back to get on the board. 7-3 Mount Vernon with 3:55 to play here in the opening quarter. We'll take a break, come back with a kick after this here on CRM Live Sports.
Your search for healthy, fast casual in the downtown is over. Whether it's a quick bite you're looking for or a freshly made smoothie, NutriSport and Smoothie has expanded healthy eating in downtown Cedar Rapids. Business professionals as well as gym goers are singing the praises of their freshly made wraps and breakfast bowls, while the smoothie lover can choose from a variety of nutritious fruit and protein options, including your choice of adding the newest Frontline supplements. For a fast, healthy, and convenient downtown option, look no further than NutriSport and Smoothie.
Back with you here from Bob Murphy Stadium in Williamsburg. Scott Unash, John Hegarty with you. 7-3 lead for Mount Vernon. They'll get the ball back. And the offenses are flexing their muscles here in the early going, John.
Yeah, a little bit of a track meet at this point. The defensive coordinators are already pulling their hair out, but hey, that's what the fans love to see is offense.
As it will be kicking off from left to right, Logan Rethwish. And Twins back at about the 5-yard line for Mount Vernon. Here's the approach and the right-footed kick. Sidewinder will take a bounce at the 15, picked up by Jaspers, and he's out of bounds. Short return, and he will take it out. Jackson Jaspers, that is, at about the 21-yard line. Got Jason Jackson, of course. And we'll see what Mount Vernon will do. 1st and 10 right there. And saw a lot of that option in that first set of downs for Mount Vernon.
Yeah, 3 different times they ran speed options. So we'll see what Coach Peterson has up his sleeve now. He's going to have a counter punch, I promise you that.
Pro set backfield. Now they'll send Brazzi out of there in motion. Romberg looking his way. Now looks to the right. Under pressure, throws the middle, and it's off the hands of Wood. Incomplete. I think he heard some footsteps from number 12.
He did, and he initially ran his little hook curl seam route there, but was covered up, so he drifted off to the side and then became wide open, but that ball just was dropped.
2nd and 10 from the 21. 7-3 Mount Vernon. 3:45 to play here in the first quarter. Receivers left and right. 3 in the backfield. And now they'll set Wood out of there. He'll go in stutter motion to the left, and they'll run it that way on the sweep with her trying to get outside and run down. Run down by Race Heitman. And it's going to be a loss of a couple back inside the 20 to the 19.
Heitman is the leading tackler on this team, and he's already been all over this field. He's got twice as many tackles as Weiskopf, their second leading tackler. That's how dominant he's been.
Yeah, Heitman just quick. 5th in 3A in tackles.
And he just struck like a cobra. He came from out of nowhere.
3rd and long coming up for the Mustangs. Up 7-3. 4-man front for Williamsburg. Now they'll send Wood in motion to the right side. 6 in the play clock. Romberg, deep drop, back to throw. Going to gun the far side and overshot everybody. Rossi thought he was going to throw it short, and Romberg threw it long to the sideline. And now Mount Vernon with their first 3 and out on offense of the night.
Got Williamsburg hometown crowd here very appreciative of that as the punt team comes out for the Mustangs.
And that is going to bring out Bennett Harp for his first punt, 34-yard average. And Heitman will drop along with Steckley back deep for Williamsburg. And the Raiders should get pretty good field position out of this, as Mount Vernon doing a lot of motion here on 4th down. Still plenty of time on the play clock. Snap back, and the pressure comes, and a high, short kick. Everybody's saying get away, and it bounces before it takes a Mount Vernon hop at the 43-yard line. That's only going to be about a 24-yard punt.
That one went right up the old stovepipe. A lot of hang time on it, but just didn't get much distance on it at all. So Williamsburg going to start out their 3rd possession on the first half here inside Mustang territory.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line. Best field position, obviously, of the night for Williamsburg. Weiskopf, the quarterback. Sin behind him. They'll send Weechen in motion. And the handoff to Sin. Started up the middle, tried to kick it outside, and got caught by Jackson Jaspers. Right at the line of scrimmage. Actually, he's going to lose about a yard, as Jackson Jaspers came up with the stop. He's the leading tackler for Mount Vernon. Jackson, not a big dude, 5'8", 155.
Plays big.
He does. Right now, Mount Vernon with a 5-man front. 2nd down and 11. Ball middle of the field for the Raiders. Steckley in motion. Here is the toss to Sin. Collects, got 3 blockers in front. 40, close to a first down as he's hauled out of bounds.
Wow.
They are just setting that, or Mount Vernon is getting outflanked right now on that little toss.
The center and the tackle, the play side tackle on toss sweep, all pulled out there, and it just looked like a convoy.
Going to be a gain of about 9. 3rd and 2 coming up for Williamsburg. They're 0 for 2 tonight on 3rd down tries. Clock stop, 2:06 to play here in the first quarter. And it's 3-8 State of Iowa quarterfinal. It's been a good one, number 3 and number 4. Now we're going to get a Raider timeout. Kurt Ritchie did not like something, and timeout on the field. 2:06 to play here in quarter number 1. 7-3 in favor of Mount Vernon. Back after this here on CRM Live Sports.
End your search for your favorite restaurant in Cedar Rapids. Come to Emil's Hideaway. Emil's is the home for the best tasting American food around. Choose from your favorites: chicken, pasta dishes, pizzas, burgers, and fries. Whether you're bringing the whole family for a meal or wetting your whistle at our fully stocked bar, there's something to satisfy all ages and tastes at our classic American local restaurant. Need catering for your next party or event? Emil's has that too. Call them for details. Emil's Hideaway, open Monday through Saturday at 4 p.m., is right next to Home Depot and across from Lindale Mall on 1st Avenue Southeast in Cedar Rapids.
And on the Emil's Hideaway out-of-town scoreboard, some early results. Regina and MFL Marmac, zip after the first quarter up in Monona. Heelan and Sioux Center are 0-0. After the first quarter, and Solon 14-7 over West Delaware. 3rd down, it'll be a direct snap, and not getting there is going to be Heitman. They did Wildcat with Race Heitman, and he's going to lose a yard.
Yeah, and they brought in double fullbacks up there and double tight ends. So they had all the red jerseys in a very short distance of each other, and they just, Mount Vernon read it perfectly, slammed as many bodies up in there as they could.
There's not a punter coming in either. Going to be 4th down and almost 4 for Williamsburg, and they're going to keep the offense out there. Down 7-3. Twins to the right, 1 receiver up top to the left. As Weiskopf in there at quarterback looking over to the sideline.
Like the play may be getting changed.
Yes, it is. Sin will go left hip. Shotgun snap, Weiskopf to throw, going to throw the out, and the catch made, and breaking a tackle and getting ahead for the first down was Heitman at the 28-yard line.
Nicely conceived out pattern there. Got the ball right at about the first down marker and then drug with his feet forward for another 2 yards that would be tackler.
1st and 10 Raiders.
Big conversion there for Williamsburg.
On the Mount Vernon 29, 7-3 Mustangs late in the first quarter as we come up on a minute to play. Here's the fake keeper. Weiskopf swims up the middle and just can't bring him down until he gets close to the first down yardage. 6'3", 210, and very powerful. And it's going to be, depending on the spot, they're going to say he's about a foot shy of the first down.
That's such a good play, the quarterback read option there, because the defense for the Mustangs is so focused on stopping the tailback Sin that they all converge on him.
2nd down and about a foot. Weiskopf's going to throw the out, and it's caught. Heitman, stiff arm, 10, turns it up, 5, and he's in. Touchdown, Williamsburg. Soon as Heitman got the corner, it was over.
Nice little play action out pattern there. And between Heitman and Sin, those guys are just tough to tackle. They're slippery because they're so quick and elusive.
So Weiskopf with a touchdown pass, his 11th of the year. And Heitman takes it in from 20 yards away with just 28 seconds to play here in the quarter. High snap on the extra point, and it crawls to the upright and got over.
Somebody got a finger on it.
So
boy, that took forever to come down.
And it was Williamsburg taking advantage of the short field after the short punt. And they lead it now 10-7 here with only, right now, 28 seconds to play here in the opening quarter.
North Polk has drawn first blood on Xavier. They're up 3-0 with a field goal.
Over at Alleman.
Just north of Ankeny.
I mean, just north.
Yeah, just barely north.
And I think it's Ankeny growing. It's not Alleman.
It might be the 3rd Ankeny High School pretty soon.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can do that, but.
Yeah, that's going to be a 5A school before long. Well, John, we've got 28 seconds to play, and now if you're Mount Vernon, you got to get something going offensively to counteract this high-powered Williamsburg offense.
Yeah, the momentum right now is squarely in Williamsburg's favor. They didn't do what they wanted to on their first possession, to 3 and out on the punt, but then second possession, the field goal, and then the 20-yard pass to Heitman for the first touchdown of Williamsburg gives them the 10-7 lead over Mustangs.
And getting ready to kick it off, Logan Rethwish, as it will be Jackson Jaspers on the far side and Jace Jaspers on the near side for Mount Vernon. Here's a knuckleball kick. Will take a bounce. Jackson will get it, and they'll hand it off to Jace on the little end around, and almost squirted through a hole. Got tripped up and taken down at the 34-yard line.
One tackle away from going the distance on the handoff.
They tried the old reverse there. Going to be a return of 14 and a first down for Mount Vernon at the 34-yard line. As this more than likely will be the final play of quarter number 1. 4 receivers in there. Now Romberg with one setback. He'll stack the twins left and right. And only one man back there to cover. Romberg to throw. Lobs the far sideline into double coverage. Tipped around and knocked away. They tried to get it to Krob, and Kellen Cockrell came over and got some help back there from Weiskopf and knocked it away. Tell you what, if Joey saw at the last minute the left side, they had twins out there, and the Raiders only had one defensive back out there.
Yes, he looked off 2 receivers, but they were both to the opposite side.
2nd and 10 from the 34-yard line. Romberg in the gun. Has Hurd to his left. They're going to run a little option, a fake, a keep by Romberg, and he'll take it across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Gain of 6, and that should take us to the end of the first quarter of play, and it will. Through one of this Class 3A quarterfinal here from Bob Murphy Stadium in Williamsburg, Iowa. It is Number 3, Williamsburg 10. Number 4, Mount Vernon 7. And we'll come back with quarter number 2 after this here on CRM Live Sports.
Epiphany Dermatology is a full-service dermatology practice that treats all conditions of the skin, hair, and nails. Dr. John Woolner has been practicing and treating patients for over 30 years. Epiphany Dermatology has built a reputation based on reliable customer service and quality skin and hair loss treatments. Epiphany Dermatology also places a special emphasis on skin cancer prevention, screenings, and treatment. Call them to book an appointment at 363-9936 and visit their website at epiphanydermatology.com. Epiphany Dermatology, 5264 Council Street Northeast, Suite 700 in Cedar Rapids. In your search to locate a good old-fashioned family-owned pizza joint, skip the run-of-the-mill franchise options and head to Roscoe's Pizza on Edgewood Road behind Taco John's. At Roscoe's, the Hunt family is dedicated to providing mouth-watering pizza prepared from the freshest ingredients available. Choose from our 4 delicious styles of crusts, then add your favorite toppings to create your own personal pizza delight. Need a quick lunchtime alternative? Take advantage of Roscoe's Fast and Go noontime specials. And yes, they even offer gluten-free options. For the tastiest local experience, give the professionals at Roscoe's Pizza a call and surprise your family with a one-of-a-kind eating experience today.
About to get underway with the second quarter and a big third down coming up for Mount Vernon. They'll send Jaspers in motion to the left. Romberg, empty backfield, back to throw. Throws deep, left side, one-on-one, and coming up with the catch at the 20. 10-5, Krob, touchdown.
Wow.
First play of the second quarter, and it will go for 59 yards on the bomb to Watson Krob.
Watson Krob was covered like a blanket, but that was a beautifully thrown bomb by Romberg. I don't know how Krob managed to keep his concentration with all that was going on that play. But after he caught it, there was nothing but red end zone ahead of him.
What a catch by Krob. What a pass. 4th touchdown throw or catch of the year. And the extra point is on the way. It is up and it is good. And welcome to the track meet, John.
That's like I said earlier, the defensive coordinator's pulling their hair out right now. But, you know, that's the deep play threat that Joey Romberg brings to this game and every opponent that the Mustangs have faced all season.
That was a thing of beauty. So Mount Vernon back up by 4 at 14-10. And they will get ready to kick it off as we just start the second quarter here from Williamsburg. I have a feeling we're going to see more offense. Just a hunch.
How many yards did that bomb go for, Scott?
59.
Wow.
First quarter numbers, we can get those to you. Total yardage 79 for Williamsburg, and it was 57 for Mount Vernon, but
not anymore.
No, forget about that. Whoever wins this moves on to the Dome. And I believe that will be a Saturday game next week.
Right.
For Class 3A, either late afternoon or the night game. And
we've done those before.
We sure have. We'll do them again. As it'll be Bennett Harp to kick it off from left to right. Race Heitman back, and he's all the way up at the 15-yard line. Not expecting a deep kick. Here's the approach. High, short pooch kick taken by one of the upbacks of the 25-yard line and brought down at the 33 was Grady Weetchen, 6'2", 180-pound sophomore.
No question there. The special teams for Mount Vernon trying to keep that ball away from Heitman.
Yeah, and I don't blame him.
I don't either. That's just good, sound strategy there.
Run back to the 33. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Derek Weiskopf and company. Weetchen and Heitman out to the right. Steckley will line up to the left.
4th possession now for Williamsburg's offense. Touchdown and the field goal on the 2 previous, so they're feeling good about their offense right now.
4-man front for Mount Vernon. They'll go with the 3 linebackers. Francis with Jackson Jaspers in the middle. Long count. Weiskopf will throw it out on the little toss, and Mount Vernon waiting for Sin right there. They're going to knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, Jace Jaspers got through and set the edge very quickly there on an outside-in blitz. And that's what caused that toss sweep to get shut down in a hurry.
That was the best that Mount Vernon looked against the sweep, that toss tonight.
They've seen a lot of sweep, that's for sure.
Second down and 12 back at the 31-yard line. And now we've got our first flag of the night. It's going to go against Williamsburg.
Far side line judge saw something on his side there, immediately ran in.
I think it was the far side receivers you mentioned.
Yeah, and those are ticky-tacky little things you just can't have come this time of year.
Second down, 17. 11:14 to play, first half. Clock running, 14:10. Mount Vernon with the lead over Williamsburg.
Williamsburg never huddles. They all 11 of them just pop up, face the sideline, and get the call coming in. Second
and long. Weiskopf with Sin on his right hip. And they'll hand it off up the middle. 30, big hole, 35, cutting it near side. Sin to the 50, turns on the afterburners. And a touchdown saving tackle made by Haberback, or he was going to go to the house.
Yeah, that's a little counter play there. It's not counter trade. They don't pull two linemen on the backside, but they pull one, and that play has been money in the bank so far in this first half for Williamsburg. Sin gets through there so quick, Scott. If he gets past the linebackers, goodbye.
34 yards on that run. And already 76 yards for Niall Sin.
He is so quick.
First and 10 from the 40-yard line. They'll stack twins to the left, one receiver. Weechin to the right. Weiskopf off the fake on the keeper. Broke a tackle, 35. And on the read option, he'll take it down to the 33. Derek Weiskopf gets 7. He's got 36 yards on 4 carries.
Tackled by Jace Jaspers.
And now we're going to get a Mount Vernon timeout. Lance Peterson coming out on the field. Timeout taken by the Mustangs. 10:26 to play in the second quarter. 14-10 Mount Vernon on top. And we'll be back after this here on CRM Live Sports.
In your search to locate a good old-fashioned family-owned pizza joint, skip the run-of-the-mill franchise options and head to Roscoe's Pizza on Edgewood Road behind Taco John's. At Roscoe's, the Hunt family is dedicated to providing mouth-watering pizza prepared from the freshest ingredients available. Choose from our 4 delicious styles of crusts, then add your favorite toppings to create your own personal pizza delight. Need a quick lunchtime alternative? Take advantage of Roscoe's fast-to-go noontime specials. And yes, they even offer gluten-free options. For the tastiest local experience, give the professionals at Roscoe's Pizza a call and surprise your family with a one-of-a-kind eating experience today. No matter where you are in life, Hills Bank is here to help you succeed. Whether you're buying your first house, saving for your child's future, or preparing for retirement, you can count on the people at Hills Bank for the support you need to reach your goals. It's easy to connect with a banker over the phone or on hillsbank.com because we believe banking is better through human connection. Hills Bank is an equal housing lender and FDIC member.
After the defensive timeout, it is second down and 3. Weiskopf on the toss to Sin, cuts it back at the point of attack, crosses the 30 and gets a first down on a run of 4 to the 29-yard line. First time Sin cut it back, John.
Yep.
And got 4 on the first down.
And again, the center and the tackle on the play side out there pulling, running interference. Somehow the defense for the Stangs have got to find a way to see through that. They're doing a good job of setting the edge and making them run up into where all the interference is, but they're getting too many yards, Scott.
Right now, Mount Vernon with 10 in the box. Weiskopf sees it, throws it, man wide open. Steckley turns, caught it, touchdown. He was one-on-one with Michael Ryan, and Steckley beat him to the end zone and a touchdown for the Raiders.
It's just a great play action fake there by Weiskopf. And Steckley with the one-on-one coverage had a couple of steps on his defender, and that was just easy pitch and catch.
And back and forth we go. As now it's Williamsburg back out in front. 16-14 pending the extra point by Rethwish. Good snap, placed down, kick on its way, and it is good. And kicker went down in a heap, but no flag.
No flag.
So 17-14 now in favor of Williamsburg. And which defense, John, is going to stop the other team first?
You know, in your heart of hearts, didn't you know it was going to be this kind of game coming down, Scott? I mean, it stands to reason that, as you said earlier, both of these teams are of such quality that it's a shame one of them's not going to the Dome next week. And right now they're just fighting, scratching, clawing, tooth and nail against each other. It's just going back and forth. This is great, great prep football.
Crazy.
It is just so much fun.
But it's fun, as we mentioned. These are two good football teams.
Yeah, you can tell that they're well coached. They're great athletes out there on the field. There's a reason that both of them had only lost one game on the season, because they're just quality programs with kids that full of multi-sport athletes, and they got great weight rooms. They got great facilities back at their high schools, great community support. It's just a shame one of them's not going on after tonight.
Yeah, it really is. Jason Jackson Jaspers will drop back to get the kickoff after the Weiskopf touchdown pass. Second one of the night, as Rethwish will kick it off from right to left. 17-14 Williamsburg. This one has been a dandy. Here's a line drive, end over end kick, and returnable. 15, Jaspers to the 20. This is Jackson, breaks a tackle, 30, 35, up the middle to the 40, cuts it back 45, 50, all the way to the Raider 44. And I don't see any flags down. 41 yards on the kickoff return.
And what you, if you weren't watching it, what you don't know is that Jackson Jaspers did almost all of that on his own. How many tackles did he break in there, and jump cuts to hop to the side and elude a tackle? That was a beautiful return, individual effort, outstanding.
1st and 10, Mount Vernon at the Williamsburg 44-yard line. Hurd the lone setback. Two receivers out to the right side. Read option handoff, and Hurd bulldog down right at the line of scrimmage. Micah Lang, 6'1", 190-pound D lineman, chased him down from behind, and I'm going to say it's a loss of about a half a yard. The run game, other than one long run, has not materialized yet for Mount Vernon.
They're going back to those tight trips now.
So it'll be second down, a little more than 10. Romberg to pass, rolls left, stops. Going to throw deep down the left side and overshot Krob. Almost the same pattern that went for the touchdown a little bit ago.
Brasi in the vicinity too. Those deep patterns, even when you don't complete it, you've always got the chance that you'll draw a pass interference. And it also keeps that secondary on the defense of the opposition honest. Should pay some dividends in the short passing game once those guys are back on their heels a little bit.
3rd and a little more than 10. 8:59 to play first half for Mount Vernon at the Raider 44. Down 17-14. Hurd the lone setback. They'll send Jaspers in motion to the left. Shotgun snap to Romberg. He's the throw. Going to throw deep left side. Same pattern. Over the shoulder catch. Brasi 10-5 and down to about the 3-yard line.
Another perfectly thrown pass right over the shoulder for Brasi, who hit him in stride.
1st and goal, Mount Vernon.
That was another pass all the way downfield, as much as he could get into it, and hit his receiver in stride. That's a thing of beauty.
Same song, different verse for these two teams. Back comes Mount Vernon. They'll stack them 3 wide in the slot right. See if they run it that way. Romberg with an empty backfield. Nope, going to go to the left and stretches out on the sneak and takes it down to the 1. And it'll be 2nd and goal from the 1. Disguised everybody to the right, and they went weak side left. 2nd and goal for Mount Vernon. From the Williamsburg 1-yard line.
Be shocked if they don't just sneak this, push him in from behind.
Wood now in a slot. They'll go with the full house backfield, and it will be Romberg on the sneak, right of center, waiting for the signal. Touchdown, Mount Vernon.
Joy Romberg, the ball carrier. He's in for the touchdown. 1 yard,
Back
and a touchdown
comes
by Romberg.
the Mustangs. On the sneak by Romberg.
You know, Scott, this isn't quite Mount Vernon and Spirit Lake.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that at the break.
Not so many years ago. A game similar to this, but even more frenetic occurred. But that one was in the Dome.
That was a state championship game, and now we've got a penalty flag, and it's going to be a false start on the extra point on Mount Vernon.
Red ball, illegal procedure, penalty.
20-17, so this is a big extra point right
Yes,
here.
it is. That 5 yards shouldn't hinder his leg at all, though.
For Bennett Harp out of the Francis hold. So now it's going to be a 25-yarder as Mount Vernon back out in front. Here's the snap, plays down, kick on its way, plenty of leg, and it's good. 7:50 to play here in the first half. 21-17 in favor of Mount Vernon, and we'll come back with the kickoff after this here on CRM Live Sports.
Laborers International Union of North America Local 43 is proud to be supporting high school sports. From individual members involved in coaching sports at many different levels to being fans, Local 43 is involved with our young people in the area. Members of Local 43 work in the construction building trades and heavy highway industries and are trained in environmental remediation as well as pipeline work. Local 43 is always seeking new members. LIUNA offers world-class training and education to start a safe career. Information is available at local43.org.
A few scores on the Eagles Hideaway out-of-town scoreboard. In 4A, it's North Polk leading Xavier 10-0. That over at Alleman, the defending state champions, down by 10. As also Dowling down early on. In 5A, Ankeny with a 7-0 lead over the Maroons.
As well as number 1 ranked Creston.
They are down to Webster City. 19-13 right now. Bennett Harp to kick it away. Angling to the near side. Nobody over there will take a bounce. It's still free. And finally, hopping on it at the 20-yard line was Heitman. Oh, boy.
Wow.
That thing bit like a sand wedge.
And there were bodies flying all over to try and get that.
So, who's going to blink first here?
Ball's going to be placed right on the 20. Yeah, this has been fun. If you're a fan of offense here, this is good times for you.
This is your cup of tea. Weiskopf in the shotgun, one setback. He'll toss it to Sin, and he got tripped up right away. As diving in there, I think it was Jaspers. I think it was Jace Jaspers.
Jace Jaspers knifed in there. There's the defense for Mount Vernon is starting to get a read on this toss sweep now, Scott.
Second down and 13 after the loss of 3. Big plays after big plays so far in this football game. Looking at the sideline for the play. Play clock down to 10. So we're down to 7:10 to play here in the first half. Weiskopf will send his man in motion, and they'll hand it off to Sin. Started up the middle, kick to the outside, cuts it up to numbers 20, and taken down from behind at the 24, maybe the 25-yard line. As Cale Renneker, the 5'10", 205-pound junior defensive lineman, brought him down from behind.
Niall Sin is just a slick runner. He's fast, and he knows, like all good backs, he knows how to bounce it to the outside. And if you don't get a good wrap on him, he is not coming down.
Third down, 5 from the 25-yard line. Mount Vernon up 21-17, 6.5 to play here before halftime. Mount Vernon with a 6-man front. Weiskopf and the quarterback draw, got away from one, won't get away from the second one. Francis stood him up and gonna get a loss and a late flag.
Ooh, this might be a face mask.
Coming in.
Yeah, I think this is a face mask.
I think you're right. Now is it going to be a 5 or 15-yard? No. Personal foul, Mount Vernon.
Wow, they had about 4 jerseys swarming on Weiskopf there, who refused to go down, by the way, which is what I think probably ended up precipitating that. Some kind of retaliation by the Mustangs there. And all of a sudden, a big tackle for a loss is going to turn into an automatic first down.
On a 15-yarder. And I tell you, there wasn't a whole lot there. I'll say that. 1st and 10, but it will stick at the 36-yard line.
You know, we've talked before, and come playoffs, Scott, the officials really, they sit tight on those flags unless there's something so obvious they just have to call it.
Ray Seitman in motion to the right. There's Weiskopf back to throw, throws it away as he was going down. Nova Lane laid the wood to him, and it will be 2nd and 10. Weiskopf did get it out of there, and there was a receiver in the area.
Yeah, in the grasp as he threw that, on his way down to the ground, almost more of a shot put than an actual pass.
2nd and 10. And a good thing he did shot put it, because if he threw it, there would have been somebody right there. Ball at the 36-yard line.
Mount Vernon defense starting to send some people, Scott.
Yeah, they are.
They're starting to get aggressive with the blitz.
Reneker, Tyler Williams in the middle. Wood on one end, off the fake, read option. Weiskopf up the middle, lost some football. And Mount Vernon's got it. Got it stripped from behind. I think Nova Lane got the strip. And Haverback came up with it.
Yeah, that ball just bounced forward about 5 yards, and there were a couple of different Saints there that could have picked, or excuse me, Mustangs that could have picked it up.
So a big turnover.
Wow.
As Derek Weiskopf had it punched away from behind. Looked like he was going to have enough for a first down, but gives the ball back to Mount Vernon with 5:51 to play before halftime. Now Williamsburg showing blitz with Weiskopf. Here they come. Romberg on the handoff to Hurd, and nothing doing. Got back to the line of scrimmage, and that was it. Weiskopf, I think, a little angry after that fumble, and took it out on the Mount Vernon ball carrier.
Yeah, have you seen who's playing free safety now? It's not Weiskopf anymore. They've moved him up to middle linebacker,
Yep,
Scott.
Steckley's back at free safety now. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. As Mount Vernon trying to take advantage of the fumble. Here in the last 5 minutes of the half, we'll have the Bim Ritter Sportswear halftime show coming up at the break. Here comes the blitz again. Back to throw Romberg. Hit as he throws far side, coming back and making the catch. Right at the marker for the first down was Evan Brazzi. And they will move the chains. First down, Mount Vernon.
See, and this is what I was talking about a little while ago, Scott. That's why you keep throwing deep, because it leaves those underneath patterns wide open. That ball took forever to get to Brazzi, but it got there right at the first down marker.
1st and 10, Mount Vernon at the Williamsburg 37, 21-17. Mount Vernon on top from the far hash mark. Hurd the lone setback. In the pistol, handoff to Hurd, off right tackle, and he'll get to the 35. Before he was hit, again, Derek Weiskopf, John Eichhorn, 6'5", 200-pound junior, also in on the stop.
Yeah, that's Jackson Hurd has been doing the bulk of the running here. Not to be confused with Cooper Hurd, who's also got some pretty good stats running the ball for the Stangs.
That is true. Mount Vernon's 27th appearance in the state playoffs, 44 wins. That's among the top. As we come up on 4 to play before halftime. 2nd down. And we'll call it a little less than 8. We'll send Jaspers in motion. Romberg to throw. Short drop. Looking right. Throws. And it's caught. Jaspers at the 20. And Eichhorn brings him down at the 16-yard line on a little wheel route that goes for 19.
Yeah, Jace Jaspers, he threaded the needle there between the underneath coverage and the deep, and the ball was hit again in stride.
1st and 10 off the gain of 19. Second catch of the night for Jaspers. Krob will go out far left along with Brazzi. One setback. Play clock down to 12. Jace Jaspers in motion off the fake. They'll throw it to him in the left flat. Catch made 15 to the 10 and spinning his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And that's going to go for about 8.
Good little rub pattern there. Didn't have anybody on the back coming out of the backfield for that pass into the flat. That was a sweet call.
Steckley on the tackle for Williamsburg. So we go under 3 to play. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining here in the first half. Mount Vernon by 4, trying to take advantage of the Weiskopf fumble. One setback. Romberg is going to hand it off on the reverse. Jaspers on the right side, 10. He's got a first down to the 5-yard line. And we've got an injured Raider.
Jaspers, the ball carrier.
Nice little toss reverse there on the regular play action. And the Raiders sniffed it out, but not until the first down was arrived at.
As one of the Raiders flat on his back at about the 5-yard line. And can't see who that one is right away, but they are tending to him.
Right where the tackle occurred. And I think he might have brought the ball carrier down on top of him. This could be a situation where he had a little bit of wind knocked out of him.
Hope that would be all that it is.
Yeah, the trainer's not looking at any extremities. And usually when you get the wind knocked out of you like that, I mean, you're not going to move for a little while.
No. And you think you got hit by a Mack truck. As it'll be 1st and goal for Mount Vernon, trying to take advantage of our first turnover of the football game.
You kind of have to imagine, if you've never had the wind knocked out of you, I'm trying to imagine, for example, that you had the worst asthma that you could kind of think of.
It might be a little worse than that. So I think they are signaling for a cart to come in. They're holding a towel on the
Kurt
chest.
Ritchie right above the trainers there. And it got real quiet here in this stadium.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, what didn't look like it was going to be a very big deal is people are starting to get concerned now.
They're looking in the chest area like a rib or something like that. And Coach Ritchie out there and has the young man's helmet.
Which is also never a good sign.
Well, they were motioning for something. And looked like for a moment they were going to help him up, but that has not been the case here so far. So 2:41 to play here in the opening half. And a 21-17 lead for Mount Vernon and an injury timeout here. So let's take a break. We'll come back with more from Williamsburg of his 3A state quarterfinal right after this here on CRM Live Sports.
Centrally located in downtown Cedar Rapids, Hard Drive Elite is not your traditional fitness center. While other gyms offer one-size-fits-all solutions, HD Elite specializes in crafting individual workouts based on your specific needs. You'll receive one-on-one attention from an experienced trainer who both designs and provides game-changing service to the area's top youth level and college athletes. No matter what your age, when seeking help with your personal fitness goals, contact the professionals at Hard Drive Elite today. First Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor high school athletics. We understand the hard work and dedication it takes for these students to succeed on the field or in the classroom. At First Federal Credit Union, we work hard every day to listen, solve problems, and are dedicated to finding ways to help you with your financial needs. From home loans to auto loans, checking, or even the best savings rates in town, we're here to help you achieve your goals. Learn more about First Federal Credit Union at firstfedcu.com, member NCUA.
Still in an injury timeout right now for the Raider, who's down at about the 5-yard line. And Don't want to speculate who that is. We can't see a number at this time, but
Pretty sure the parents came down out of the stands, though. Mom's right on the sideline. Their dad has actually joined the trainers out on the 5-yard line with what I'm presuming is his son.
now
I hope
Lance
that's
Peterson.
not a wrong assumption there, but
Now Coach Peterson coming out. And looks like they're awaiting, and they are going to bring a stretcher out now.
yeah, the two head coaches talking there. Lance Peterson's, is he doing Weight Watchers?
I don't know. He's just looking svelte,
He's looking buff.
looking good.
Not that he was heavy by any means before, but man, he's looking good.
Yeah, I just wonder if this is something like a rib injury or something like that, because they're not moving him at all. But there's not a lot of panic down there. I think they know exactly what the situation is here.
Yeah, the defense for Williamsburg is off just to the side there, and they're on a knee, as are all of the players for Williamsburg on the sideline, just hoping for the best here. Maybe we can get a few scores in here.
Yep.
With a little bit of our break.
Trying to
Xavier did score. It's 10-7 now down at North Polk.
Okay.
North Polk still ahead in that 10-7.
10-7. So the stretcher is out now, and they're going to take and put that injured player on there.
I've got a couple here I can throw your way, Scott.
All right.
Solon and West Delaware tied 14-all in the second quarter.
Well, I can help you with that one. It's halftime now, and it's 27-21 Solon.
Oh, the Solon Spartans look like they woke up.
Matt Koss covering that over there. East Buchanan leading St. Ansgar 16-0 in a Class A quarterfinal. How about that?
Man, don't take anything for granted in the quarters, boy, with the dome on writing on the results.
ADM in 4A leading Council Bluffs Lewis Central at halftime 21-10. And we've got also Underwood leading OABCIG. I believe they've ran out of DeJeans now. It's 29-8. Bettendorf leading Centennial 14-0.
Hello.
At halftime. Wow. PCM and Van Meter 14-14. Well, you get to this point of the season, I don't think any score is really going to shock anyone. As we're also at halftime, West Hancock leading Wapsie Valley 24-14. As we give you some scores here on the Emil's Hideaway out-of-town scoreboard, as still tending to the injured Williamsburg young man down at the 5.
Boy, everybody is just stone silent here in this stadium, which was raucous up to that point, Scott.
Yeah.
It's almost eerie, and everybody just so concerned right now.
And just taking their time, making sure everything is, all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted here. One of the defenders. Spirit Lake leading West Lyon at halftime 7-0. Glenwood also with the lead over Bondurant Farrar. That's a 7-3 score. And also Waterloo Columbus at halftime leading Sumner Fredericksburg. That's a 14-0 lead. NMFL Marmac leading Regina 15-0.
They got it going up there this year, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Monona.
And Monona. And Grundy Center, they played Dike New Hartford in week 1. It was 7-6.
Yes.
It's not 7-6 tonight. Halftime, it's Grundy Center 21, Dike New Hartford nothing. And in 4A, it is at half, Western Dubuque leading North Scott 14-7.
North Scott getting their quarterback Girardi back, which is good news. Everybody in Scott County.
Here it's 21-17 in favor of Mount Vernon, and we've been into injury time out here for some time as a stretcher is out there for the young man from Williamsburg. And Looks like they're just getting ready to lift him up now. And there he goes. And they will gently put him down. And
it's so sad because this atmosphere here was so wild and raucous on both sides of the field. And now, I mean, no one is moving. You know, when you're in a stadium, you usually see kids running around and there's people jumping up and down and all those sorts of things. Nobody is moving. Everyone's just motionless right now. And it is stone silent.
yeah,
Everybody's attention is focused on the field, and their heart's just going out to this young man. I wish we could tell you who it is, but we just haven't been able to see his number.
yeah, and we don't want to speculate or anything like that. So best thing to do is just to not report exactly who it is until we know. But
Parents are down there. Dad's out there with the young man. Mom's right over on the sideline. They're both very calm and hopeful, of course.
and probably they will go ahead and take him off. And medical facilities here in Williamsburg. All right. So now rest of the Raiders coming over and giving him, letting him know that they're thinking of him.
Yeah, they want him to see their face.
Well, it's probably pretty good news that they're patting him. Because if they weren't doing that, then, or if they were told not to, then.
Yeah, so now both teams are going to have to get warmed back up again because we've had enough of a break here for the injury time that even though it's not very cold night out right now and there's no wind to speak of, you still have got a lot of muscles that have got to get stretched back out.
Very true. Very true.
50-something.
Getting a nice hand as he goes on by the stands here. And they will take care of that young man.
I wish we could tell you who it is.
Yeah, I don't want to guess on a number.
It's a number in the 50s. I
yeah,
know
it was
that's all I know.
in the 50s. We know that.
The defense for Williamsburg right back out there. They obviously don't feel like they needed much of a warm-up here. Sometimes you'll see the officials will give a little extra time just for a brief warm-up, but both teams ready to get right back at it.
Yeah, they're going to go right back at it here. After the game, we're going to pick our player of the game, brought to you by First Federal Credit Union, online at firstfedcu.com. So back we go, and Romberg in the shotgun. He'll get it, rolls to the short side, guns the right side of the end zone, and it's intercepted. Heitman jumped, got it, and brought it back to about the 14.
Well, all of a sudden, the crowd woke up again, and that was a totally unexpected turn of events for Mount Vernon.
Race Heitman with the pick. It's been an opportunistic Williamsburg defense this year.
So both teams turn the ball over on back-to-back possessions here.
And Williamsburg gets it right back. And they'll have it at the 14-yard line. So Mount Vernon had a chance for a two-score lead. Couldn't get it. On the read option, Weiskopf up the middle. Look out. 25-30, 35-40. He's to the 50 and down to the Mount Vernon 46-yard line.
Oh, my. What a turn of events here. Williamsburg gets the fumble recover, or the interception rather, and then the big play that takes them immediately inside Mount Vernon's territory.
40-yard scamper for Derek Weiskopf. And now it's a 1st and 10 at the Mount Vernon 46-yard line. Both teams with 2 timeouts left, 2 minutes to play here in the first half. 2 receivers to the left, twins to the right. Weiskopf going to throw the receiver screen. Caught by Heitman at the 45. Got a block, 40, and down to the 39-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 7 for Heitman, who got this whole thing started with the INT.
And Heitman is having a half on both sides of even all three aspects of the kick return even. He's just taking over this game right now.
2nd and 3 from the Mustang 39-yard line. Heitman coming in motion right to left. Shotgun to Weiskopf. Looking to throw, being chased, throws in the run, back across the middle. Steckley with a catch and a first down. Came back, made the grab at the 31-yard line to stop the clock. And that'll be the 10th first down of the night for Williamsburg. So 1st and 10 for Williamsburg. Clock still running, 1:06, 1:05 to play first half. 5-man front. They'll throw the out again. Weechin with the catch at the 30. And a short gain as he'll take it to the 26-yard line. And we're going to get a Williamsburg timeout. That'll leave the Raiders with 1. And it'll be a 2nd down and about 7 coming up. They're actually going to give him 3. Said his knee hit at about the 27-yard line. Ben Ritter Sportswear halftime show coming up at the break. Boy, it's been a fun first half. Other than the injury, this has been exactly what we thought this game was going to be.
Two teams so evenly matched, so successful, full of multi-sport athletes, and they're just scratching and clawing and everything they can to try and advance past the opponent tonight. Just some great football.
Still 57.2 to play in the half. It's 2nd down and 7. And you hate to see an injury, John, but sometimes that injury will pump up your teammates.
Well, that's exactly what's happened here. It sparked the defense for Williamsburg, and now the offense following suit.
2nd down for the 27, wide side of the field to the right. Shotgun, Wildcat. This is Heitman. Starts right, tries to cut it back, kicks it outside, broke a tackle. And he's got a first down inside the 20 and down to the 19-yard line. As Heitman will take it for 8. And Williamsburg in the hurry up.
And that's good for a Raider. First down.
Clock still running, 48 seconds in the red zone from the 19-yard line. Weiskopf looks right, looks left, throws middle of the field, and it's knocked away. Williamsburg wanted interference, didn't get it as they tried the pass across the middle to Eichhorn.
Yeah, 6'5" target there, and the Williamsburg crowd calling for interference.
Michael Ryan on good coverage that time.
Eichhorn is a big target, and he can run like a deer.
2nd down from the 19-yard line. Long count, still 15 on the play clock. And now Mount Vernon's going to come out and go with the 5 defensive backs. Here's a little flip to Sin out of the backfield. Starts to the 20 and gets up ahead to about the 17-yard line. And timeout coming here for Williamsburg.
That'll be their final.
Going to go down as a handoff. And it will be a 3rd down and about 7 coming up with 29.8 seconds to play in the half. And that 25-yard field goal earlier on by Rethwish was just about at the edge of where he was going to kick it from, his distance.
Yeah, and I was watching him in the pregame warm-ups, and he was trying from the 25-yard line. The ball was actually at the 25-yard line when he was kicking it, and he wasn't able to get it through. There is no wind to aid anything or prevent it tonight either.
No, all the flags just laying limp right now. 3rd and 7. If they do not get any more yardage here, this would be a 33-yard field goal, and I just don't know if Rethwish has that range.
I think that's outside his range.
First down is at the 9 for Derek Weiskopf and the Raiders of Williamsburg. Still 29.8 to play here in the first half of this 3A quarterfinal. 21-17 Mount Vernon. Weiskopf rolls right. Being chased, throws far sideline, incomplete. He was being harassed by Nova Lane. The 6'4", 210-pound junior has been living in the backfield.
Yeah, I don't know how many times here in this first half Nova has been chasing down Weiskopf. He's taken him down hard several times.
And there is no kicker coming in. So it'll be a 4th down try for Williamsburg. They're 1 for 1 on 4th down. Niles Sin, the lone setback. Trips to the right side, off the fake. They'll throw the fade left side of the end zone. Catch made in traffic. Touchdown, Eichhorn. They went to the 6'5" receiver.
Assistant coaches next door to us in the press box are happy about that. Eichhorn is a big target at 6'5", and that wasn't necessarily a jump ball into the double coverage there, but the ball was thrown perfectly where Eichhorn could get it.
16 yards on the touchdown pass. And Williamsburg back out in front, 23-21. Extra point try, high snap brought down, line drive kick is up and good, and it's 24-21. As Rathwish gets it through with 20.4 seconds to play here in the half.
So I think you can look at this objectively, Scott, as a 14-point swing in this game based on that interception that was thrown down at the 5-yard line. Mount Vernon's going in for the touchdown.
Yep.
And at the 5-yard line, Romberg throws the interception. Williamsburg, with not a lot of time before the halftime break, goes right down and scores. That's a 14-point swing.
Yes, it is. That may be a big part of this football game. After this one is over, we will have, on the Westridge Care Center postgame show, we'll have our play of the game as well, brought to you by Carpenters Local 308. Bob Dobeck and everybody at Carpenters Local 308, online at carpenterslocal308.org. 20 seconds to play for Mount Vernon in a wild first half, as it's now Williamsburg back out in front, 24-21, as we have seesawed back and forth this whole way. Jackson and Jace Jaspers back. Jackson on the near side to get the kick. He's had a good night returning for Mount Vernon. See if he can crack off another one here. Rathwish with the approach and the kick. They're going to squib it, and it's taken on a knee by Francis at the 35. It was just a low line drive.
Yeah, and he had to go down on a knee to get it. Now, this might be where you see some prevent defense here by Williamsburg, because with 18.5 seconds left, we know that Romberg can air that baby out. He's already got 2 bombs here in the first half that have scored.
First and 10 coming up from the 37-yard line. Make it the 38 for Mount Vernon. 4 receivers, 2 left, 2 right. They stack them for Romberg. 3-man front. Now they're going to keep it on the ground, and Hurd slides just shy of the 45-yard line.
And that will take us to half. Unless they want to try and get one more. They probably could if they hurry.
I think everybody is just going to catch their breath. Offensive show here from Bob Murphy Stadium in Williamsburg. What a first half. 24-21 lead here at the halftime break. Williamsburg on top of Mount Vernon. We'll take a break and come back, talk halftime with you right after this here on CRM Live Sports.
Carpenters Local 308 in Cedar Rapids is a member of the North Central States Regional Council of Carpenters, representing nearly 27,000 members and their families in the upper Midwest. The union is dedicated to protecting and elevating the economic and social conditions of all workers, and to provide our industry with the best trained, most productive, and safest workforce available. Carpenters Local 308 is always looking for new workers to join their ranks. Apprenticeship classes and training are available for you to become a skilled worker for your career. More information on Carpenters Local 308 is available at carpenterslocal308.org. At Jersey Mike's, we've offered a sub above since 1956. It starts with bread, fresh baked in our stores every day, topped with quality meats, cheeses, and ingredients, sliced and grilled right in front of your eyes. And don't forget to add the juice, the red wine vinegar and olive oil blend that gives a Jersey Mike's subs its exquisite zing. Stop in and visit Jersey Mike's 2 metro locations, in the Fountains on the northeast side and on the east end of Marion near the corner of Highways 151 and 13, and coming soon to the Westdale area. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. Bim Ritter Sportswear in Cedar Rapids is your complete apparel and headwear provider. Bim Ritter is your one-stop store for screen print and embroidery for polos, t-shirts, hats, and more for any age from newborn to adults. Need screen printing or embroidery for your company or a special event? Bim Ritter is the answer, as they work with local teams, clubs, organizations, and businesses from startup to finish to provide the look that you need with exceptional turnaround time. Bim Ritter is also the local apparel supplier for the Cedar Rapids Colonels and Rough Riders. Bim Ritter Sportswear, 817 2nd Avenue Southeast in Cedar Rapids. Call them at 364-3479 and visit them online at bimritter.com.
We are back on the Bim Ritter Sportswear halftime show here from Williamsburg. Our halftime score 24-21 in favor of the Raiders over the Mustangs. Scott Unash, John Hegarty back with you. Our halftime show brought to you by Bim Ritter Sportswear. Need screen printing or embroidery for your company or special event? Call Bim Ritter Sportswear 364-3479 or check them out online at bimritter.com. Or just stop on by at 817 2nd Avenue Southeast in Cedar Rapids. First half that had everything. All kinds of offense, couple big turnovers, and we've got a 3-point game here at the break. And everything we thought it was going to be in this 3A quarterfinal.
Well, just a tennis match, basically going back and forth. One team leads, the other one wrestles it away. And that's been the story of the first half, is that each team has had the lead a couple of different times. Interesting, we look down into the west end zone there. Mount Vernon choosing not to go into their locker room. They're actually down outside of the end zone, waiting for their coaches who are huddling right on the 0-yard line.
Yeah, and they will get everything taken care of here and try to come out. Mount Vernon will have the ball first to start the second half. We'll get you halftime yardages and the stats coming up and get some scores for you as well here in just a little bit. Williamsburg has done it with the big, well, both teams have done it with the big plays.
Yes,
a little bit more balanced run and pass for Williamsburg. It's been Joey Romberg for Mount Vernon.
You know, the rushing attack for Williamsburg has been two-headed. Weisskopf has done a great job when he keeps it on the read option, but I am so impressed with Niall Sin. That guy is slippery and slick. You cannot tackle him one-on-one unless you go down to his knees or below. Quick, elusive, great jump cut, bounces it to the outside. Great vision. He can see the smallest little creases and seams in there. I was not as aware as I probably should have been coming into this game what a good rushing attack Williamsburg has.
Yeah, and just a really well-balanced offense.
Now, can I just throw in one other thing, Scott, before you go on?
Yep.
Let's talk about why these lines might be so good. Well, we've got NFL veteran from the Jacksonville Jaguars, Brad Meester.
Yep.
Line coach at Mount Vernon. And let's see, who's the line coach for Williamsburg now? He used to be a Chief.
Yeah, Austin Blythe.
That'd be Austin Blythe, hometown hero.
I have not seen Austin yet. I would thank him for his service to my Kansas City Chiefs. Halftime stats look like this. Total yards unofficially 270 for Williamsburg, 211 for Mount Vernon. 180 yards in the ground, 90 through the air for the Raiders. Derek Weisskopf, 8 of 11 for 90 yards and 3 touchdowns in that first half of play. Heitman has caught 3 for 36 and a touchdown. Steckley, 3 for 35 and a touchdown. Eichhorn has caught 1 for 16 and a touchdown. Weechin caught 1 for 3. On the ground, Niall Sin has carried it 12 times for 92 yards. Derek Weisskopf with 7 carries for 81 yards. Heitman has carried it twice for 7 yards. 12 first downs for Williamsburg, 1 penalty for 5 yards, and 1 turnover in the ball game. For Mount Vernon, 211 total yards, 41 on the ground, 170 through the air. Joey Romberg, so far tonight, 9 of 12 for 170 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 3 catches for Brazzi for 63 yards and a touchdown. Jace Jaspers has caught 3 for 48. Krove has caught 1 for 59 and a touchdown. On the ground, though, Romberg, 5 carries, 25 yards. And Jackson Hurd, so far, only 8 carries, 11 yards. That's when Mount Vernon's got to get going in that second half.
You better believe they're talking about that down in the end zone right now.
They got to get that run-pass balance going at halftime. First downs, 7 first downs for Mount Vernon, 1 penalty, and that was a big one. It extended the drive for Williamsburg, a 15-yarder. Both teams with 1 turnover, and Williamsburg took the lead off the interception as they drove it 86 yards in 2 minutes and 7 seconds to take the go-ahead score. Third down conversions, 2 out of 4 for Mount Vernon, 0 for 5 for Williamsburg, but 2 for 2 on 4th down are the Raiders here tonight. And time of possession right now is 12 minutes and 53 seconds for Williamsburg to 11:07 for Mount Vernon. So other than the running yardage, it's been a pretty even-Steven game.
It really has. And the big play so far in this game is the turnover on the interception down at the 5-yard line, going in seemingly for the lead touchdown, which was then taken right back down the field by Williamsburg for a 14-point swing. And that is the biggest story of the first half.
Surely is. So 24-21 score here at the halftime break in favor of the Williamsburg Raiders. Some of the other scores here as we bring them to you on the Emils Hideaway out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Emils Hideaway on First Avenue Southeast in Cedar Rapids. Let's start with 5A. Third quarter, Ankeny 14, Dowling 7. 2 years in a row without the Maroons in the championship or at the Dome. Southeast Polk beating Cedar Falls 21-7. That is at halftime. Also at halftime, Bettendorf 14-0 over Centennial. And West Des Moines Valley could go to 6-5 as they are leading Waukee at halftime 13-7. Class 4A, North Polk at halftime leading Cedar Rapids Xavier 10-7. ADM leading Lewis Central 21-10. Also at half, Western Dubuque 14-7 over North Scott. And in the third, it's Bondurant Farrar leading Glenwood 10-7. 3A, Solon and West Delaware are tied at 27 now.
Wow.
In the third quarter. Creston has come back. They are leading Webster City at halftime 28-19. And fourth quarter already, Sioux City Heelan and Sioux Center 0-0.
Wow.
Up there.
That's a huge game. That has bearing on the winner for this game tonight because Sioux Center is the 4th RPI in there. And so that if Sioux Center would go down, well, we'll talk about those possible matchups in a little while.
And they go straight RPI.
They do.
When you get to the semifinals. 2A scores right now at halftime in the second half. They're in the third quarter. Spirit Lake leading West Lyons 7-0. Monticello leading Mediapolis 21-7. Here's the one that's really got me shaking my head. Van Meter and PCM tied at 14. That one at halftime. Carroll Kemper in the third leading Central Line George Little Rock 21-15.
Both of the Lions are behind.
That does not happen very often.
No.
You've got at halftime Waterloo Columbus 14-0 over Sumner Fredericksburg. In 1A, Grundy Center 21-0 at half over Dike New Hartford. Also at halftime, MFL Marmac leading Regina 15-0, and Underwood all over OABCIG. Odebolt, Arthur, Battle Creek, Ida Grove. The Fighting DeJeans 36-8. Class A, Madrid in the third, and ACGC are tied at 14. West Hancock with a big 38-14 lead in the third over Wapsie Valley. St. Ansgar has come back with a touchdown at 16-8 East Buchanan in the third, and Woodbury Central shutting out Logan Magnolia 27-0. So those are the scores tonight. They had the 8-man games last night. watch those for a little bit. And their Final Four is set. Winfield Mountain Union won without basically their 2 D1 guys last night. Cam Buffington, the future Hawkeye, along with Derek Weiskopf, did not play a whole lot in that game last night for Winfield Mountain Union. So we'll see if he can come back for the semifinals. And they will go on Wednesday, so it's a pretty quick turnaround for them. They played Thursday, Wednesday.
Yeah, the Dome is going to be a very busy place next week.
It will be. Here at the break, it is 24-21 in favor of Williamsburg. They lead at Mount Vernon in this Class 3A state quarterfinal. The winner heads off to the Dome. And the round of 4 coming up next Saturday in Cedar Falls. We'll take a break, come back, get you ready for the third quarter. And we'll do that when we return. You're listening to high school football, playoff football here on CRM Live Sports and crmlivesports.com.
Laborers International Union of North America Local 43 is proud to be supporting high school sports. From individual members involved in coaching sports at many different levels to being fans, Local 43 is involved with our young people in the area. Members of Local 43 work in the construction building trades and heavy highway industries and are trained in environmental remediation as well as pipeline work. Local 43 is always seeking new members. LIUNA offers world-class training and education to start a safe career. Information is available at local43.org. Bim Ritter Sportswear in Cedar Rapids is your complete apparel and headwear provider. Bim Ritter is your one-stop store for screen print and embroidery for polos, t-shirts, hats, and more for any age from newborn to adults. Need screen printing or embroidery for your company or a special event? Bim Ritter is the answer, as they work with local teams, clubs, organizations, and businesses from startup to finish to provide the look that you need with exceptional turnaround time. Bim Ritter is also the local apparel supplier for the Cedar Rapids Colonels and Rough Riders. Bim Ritter Sportswear, 817 2nd Avenue Southeast in Cedar Rapids. Call them at 364-3479 and visit them online at bimritter.com.
We get ready for our third quarter and our second half. And our second half of action on CRM Live Sports is brought to you by Epiphany Dermatology and Dr. John Woolner. With over 30 years of experience, you can find him at 5264 Council Street, Northeast in Cedar Rapids, or give him a call at 363-9936. As we welcome you in here on CRM Live Sports, Scott Udash, John Hegarty with you as we get ready for the third quarter. Williamsburg leading Mount Vernon 24-21. And Mount Vernon just breaking their huddle over there, John, in the, I believe that would be the northwest end zone. And we'll see what changes both of these teams are going to make for half number 2.
Well, I'm sure most of the discussion revolved on their defense, on how they're going to stop a handful of plays that Williamsburg has just been gouging them with. One of them is the read option on both the handoff and when Weiskopf, the quarterback, keeps it. They've been gouging the Mustangs on that. The toss sweep has been problematic going in there. And then there's been a lot of the wide receiver screens and things out there on the periphery that they haven't been able to come up with a solid answer for. So look for some adjustments maybe along those lines to be made. And one of the other things, just real quick, Scott, I think our listeners might find interesting is all the technology that's going. You think you're at a small school playoff game here? There are drones flying around that are capturing the video for the game. There's another gigantic tripod set up in the end zone that's got, I mean, right now the Williamsburg assistant coaches in the press box next to us are having trouble getting synced back up with their wireless headphone system. It's just incredible, the technology that we see around us here in this game.
Yeah, it is. And of course, don't see any down here, but basically 5A and 4A have added live video into the sidelines. Show me a 5A team that doesn't have it right now.
Those 75-inch screens are all over, aren't they?
Yep. And you're going to see it up and down. You're going to see an 8-man here in about 3 or 4 years, John. We're going to get you to the Dome for an 8-man game at some point. Going to get you up there for that.
But I'm not getting any younger, Scott.
I'm not either. I'm not either. So Mount Vernon should get the ball to start half number 2. Both these teams coming in at 9-1. in the top 5 in just about every poll. The one we adhere to, the Gazette CRM Live Sports poll. Williamsburg at number 3, Mount Vernon at number 4. Now, RPI-wise, for these two teams, in Class 3A, I'll give you the RPI rundown right now. If Creston wins tonight, they'll be the number 1 seed, and they are ahead of Webster City right now. If Solon wins, they would be the 2. And Williamsburg is the 3. Sioux Center is the 4.
Yeah, they're the wild card right now, Sioux Center.
Mount Vernon is the 5. Webster City the 6. Sioux City Heelan the 7. And West Delaware the 8. So you know if Coach Winkowicz and West Delaware win, they're going to be the lowest seed.
Oh, man, they'll throw a wrench into the works, won't they?
They will.
What a run the Hawks are on, though, for West Delaware.
Yeah.
That Yankovic, he's just a man on possessed right now.
And I believe only a junior. I believe he's back next year.
Yeah, big-time wrestler for the Hawks. And, you know, West Delaware is just one of those teams that when they catch on fire, you better watch out. You don't want to get them at the wrong time.
27 in the third quarter.
West Delaware, in fact, has taken the lead, 35-27. Just got that from the public address here at Bob Murphy Stadium. And we are set for second half action here. Williamsburg in their red jerseys, the white numbers, the black shoulders with the white numbers, black pants, and the black helmets. Mount Vernon coming out in their white with the maroon numbers. Mustangs across the front in maroon, and the maroon pants and the maroon helmets. As Jackson Jaspers and Jace Jaspers are back. Twins at about the 10-yard line, with Jackson on the near side to get the Logan Rethwish kick. The senior has it teed up at the 40. And we are set to go with half number 2. And we're underway. End over end kick coming down to Jackson at the 10. 15, angling left to the 20. Gets to the 25. Flag down. And he'll get to the 30, but it's going to be probably against Mount Vernon. You see it, John?
Big-time block in the back there on Mount Vernon.
So that's going to take him back 10.
19 yards on the kickoff.
We've only seen 3 penalties tonight.
Yeah, that was a very obvious one, though. And you know that you can't block in the back, but sometimes when you're in the heat of the action, on kickoffs especially, you just can't pull the punch.
There it is, block in the back. It's going to go against the Mustangs. So that'll back him up 10 and should have it at the 15-yard line for Joey Romberg and company. 6'3", 195-pounder. And more than likely all-state quarterback in Class 3A. We'll have to wait and see. And they're going to move it all the way back to the 13-yard line. So first and 10 with Jackson Hurd behind him at tailback, the 5'9", 180-pounder. Referees coming in and stopping the play here momentarily, as our white hat is talking over to the far side official here, John. Not exactly sure.
No idea what that was.
What about
delay for?
We're ready to go. 5-man front for Williamsburg on first down. Off the fake, Romberg throws in the flat. Jaspers with the catch, breaks an ankle tackle, and dives ahead to the 20-yard line. Might give him the 21-yard line, which would be a pickup of about 8.
Weiskopf almost had him back at the line of scrimmage, but just let him go.
So Jace Jaspers gets 8, and that is his 4th catch of the night. Second down and 2 coming up for the Mustangs.
Weiskopf back to his free safety position on defense.
Krob wide to the right, 1 receiver to the left. That full house backfield now for Mount Vernon with Wood in there. Here comes the blitz. Romberg to throw out of it. Throws far side, and it's going to be incomplete and almost picked off by Weechin. Tried to go with their running big package look and then throw the long pass, and it'll be 3rd and 2.
Romberg had to get rid of that much sooner than he wanted to because Heitman was coming on an inside-out blitz and just bearing down on him.
3rd and about 2 coming up for Mount Vernon. 8 in the box right now, and almost 9 with Weiskopf. They'll keep it on the ground. They hand it off to Hurd, spinning and backing his way for a first down. He'll get it to the 24-yard line. And that will move the chains on the gain of 3 and a first down for Mount Vernon.
That was a big conversion. They could not afford to go out that quickly and hand the ball over at midfield or so to the Raiders.
First drive of the second half, 24-21 in favor of Williamsburg. These two heavyweights in 3A going at it, both in the state championship game a year ago. Brazzi starts in motion. They'll throw it to him, coming back, making the catch. A little tunnel screen. Not going to get much, though, as he'll get to the 27-yard line. And it'll be a second down and 8. An interesting little tunnel screen right there, though.
Yeah, inside the hash marks there. So really tight one.
Second down and 7 for the Mustangs.
Second down and 8. We'll call it 8 from the 27-yard line. 2 receivers right. They'll send one up top, Krob to the left. Brazzi way out to the right side. Out of the shotgun, read option. They'll hand it off. Here's Hurd, spins and gets to the 30-yard line. Got away from the first man. And I think it was Heitman again to come up and make the stop.
Good spin move by Hurd there, or that would have been a tackle for a loss.
Heitman's been all over the place.
He has just been a force in all 3 facets of the game tonight.
3rd down and 4 for Mount Vernon. Under 9.5 to play in the 3rd quarter from their own 30-yard line. They need the 34. They'll send Jaspers in motion. Hands it off to Hurd, and he takes up the middle. Second effort's got the first down. Across the 25 to the 26. Weechin on the stop for Williamsburg.
Yes, if he doesn't cut back at the last second there and drag a would-be tackler with him, that's not a first down either. Great individual effort, second effort there.
1st and 10, 36-yard line for Mount Vernon. And you can tell, you talked about it at halftime, that Lance Peterson wanted to get this running game going. And they are running the ball effectively so far. Out of the shotgun, here comes a little reverse with a flag down, and so is Jaspers. Got caught first by Cale Moore, the linebacker.
Yeah, this is gonna be a hold, and they're gonna decline this.
I think they are going to decline it.
It'd be a loss at down and about the same distance.
Instead of 1st and 20, it's going to be 2nd and about 18. No, we're going to be a chop block against Mount Vernon.
I think they'll still decline it.
And, well, they're going to take it.
Shows you what I know.
Well, it's a 15, I believe, though. Or is it a 10? No, it is. Well, they're looking.
Yeah, they're talking it over amongst themselves.
Yeah, it's 15 yards on the chop block.
No.
Personal foul, crackback block against
Was that?
Vernon.
Yep.
That's a 15-yard penalty.
Yes, it is 15.
They will take the penalty.
So it's still first down.
It's going to be 1st and 25. As Mount Vernon trying to get a sustained drive going here to start the second half. 2 receivers out to the right side. They'll put 2 in the slot at the tight end spot on the left. And now they'll send Jaspers in motion. Romberg to throw. Looking right, throws the wheel route. Caught Jaspers in stride at the 35, across the 40, and he got almost all of it back to the 45-yard line.
That was a thing of beauty as Weechin was coming in on the out pattern there and bit completely on it, then had to stop dead in his tracks, and that gave just enough time for the wheel route to transpire and hit in stride as always.
2nd and 1. They get 24 of the 25 back.
Unbelievable. Those wheel routes are killers, aren't they?
And what a pass. Just an absolutely threaded pass. Full house backfield, 2nd down. They'll send Evan Wood in motion to the left. Shotgun for Romberg. Back to throw, under pressure, rolling to the left side, being chased, back to the middle, leaping, juggling attempt incomplete by Brazzi. Crowd wanted to hold and didn't get it, and it's going to be 3rd and 1. Boy, you don't see Brazzi let one go in his hands too often.
Did a great job of breaking off of his route and floating into the seam there that was wide open, and the ball delivered but just couldn't bring it in.
Mount Vernon 4 out of 6 now on 3rd down tries.
They only need a yard.
Brazzi and Wood in the backfield, Romberg under center. I think he's going to sneak it, and he will, and he's going to get the first down.
Yeah, that's good. Had 2 backs behind him, shoving him ahead. And enjoy those little rugby scrums while you can, because I'm not sure that's going to be legal much longer.
I don't believe it's going to be next year. Gain of 2, 1st and 10, and Mount Vernon is taking time off this 3rd quarter clock. We're down to 7:26 and running here in the 3rd quarter. Still down 3, though. Started this drive at their own 13-yard line. And this is the 8th play of the drive to start the 2nd half. Shotgun Romberg. Going to throw the middle. Catch made. Brazzi into Williamsburg territory and down to the Raider 43. And it's going to be close to a first down as Race Heitman on the stop. And they will move the chains. First down, Mount Vernon.
Evan wasn't going to drop that one, was he?
And he cradled that like a baby.
Man, he pulled that into his gut and covered it every pop. You couldn't even see the ball. That's how far he had it put away.
1st and 10, Mount Vernon, as they get it into Williamsburg territory. From the 43-yard line. 6:46 to play in the 3rd, and Mount Vernon has had the ball the entire 3rd quarter. Down to 4 on the play clock. Romberg in the shotgun. Blitz coming. They show it. Bring it back. Romberg, deep middle. Man out there. Krob, one-handed attempt, and he got it at the 6-yard line.
And again, hit in stride. Straight down the hash mark. A 9 route to the end zone. Blanket coverage, and somehow Krob came up with that in stride.
37 yards on the pass to Watson Krob. 1st and goal just outside the 6-yard line. As a Mount Vernon crowd on the far side whooping it up.
Romberg is padding his highlight reel tonight, too.
Jasper's way out to the right. 3 in the backfield. And now Romberg going to call an audible. He'll send Wood in motion to the right side. He'll set up. And here's a handoff. Hurd off the right side, up the middle, in. Touchdown, Mount Vernon. 87 yards on that drive by the Mustangs.
And those last 2 plays, each were signaled by the quarterback, Joey Romberg, from his shotgun position. On the first one, which was the bomb that went to Krob, he reached up and he touched his face mask, and that's what signaled that play.
And they took over half of the 3rd quarter. Big extra point try. It's on the way. It is up, and it is good by Bennett Harp. 5:55 to play here in the 3rd quarter, and Mount Vernon back out in front. Mustangs 28-24 over Williamsburg. Back with a kickoff after this here on CRM Live Sports.
Looking for the best in commercial and residential flooring? At Schumacher Carpets and More, it's the little things that count. Family owned since 1987, the professionals at Schumacher have what you're looking for. Whether it is carpet, luxury vinyl plank, ceramic, laminate, or wood, their personal service and quality products set Schumacher apart in the flooring industry. Famous for a relaxed and pressure-free shopping experience, let the experts at Schumacher Carpets and More break down your options with just a simple conversation. Call, visit, or request an online quote from their website today. Epiphany Dermatology is a full-service dermatology practice that treats all conditions of the skin, hair, and nails. Dr. John Woolner has been practicing and treating patients for over 30 years. Epiphany Dermatology has built a reputation based on reliable customer service and quality skin and hair loss treatments. Epiphany Dermatology also places a special emphasis on skin cancer prevention, screenings, and treatment. Call them to book an appointment at 363-9936 and visit their website at epiphanydermatology.com. Epiphany Dermatology, 5264 Council Street Northeast, Suite 700 in Cedar Rapids.
Here's a kickoff as we just had our 6th lead change. Here comes Heitman to the left, 15. Stiff arm, 20, 25. Down the sideline, hurdles a man and gets close to the 40-yard line.
What a stud that Heitman kid is.
Only a junior.
He has impacted every phase of the game tonight for Williamsburg.
32-yard return for Race Heitman. And
that kid's a gamer.
He is. 6 lead changes.
That's crazy.
28-24 in favor of Mount Vernon. And now Weiskopf back out there at quarterback with Niles Sin in the backfield. 3 receivers. They'll put Steckley out to the left side. Off the fake. Weiskopf on the keeper up the middle. Didn't get very far. Got high low. Tyler Williams, the junior, got him down low.
How much time do you think they spent talking about that read option that has gouged them in the first half at halftime?
Ethan Wood got him up high and maybe a yard out of it for Derek Weiskopf.
I guarantee you that read option, which Williamsburg did such a good job on in the first half, was a huge discussion item in that west end zone at halftime.
2nd down, little more than 9. 4-man front for Mount Vernon. Heitman in motion to the right side. They'll keep it on the ground to Sin. Starts the right, cuts it up the middle, and not much. Got to the 45-yard line. Jackson Jaspers, Francis, and Ethan Wood all converge to make the tackle.
Raiders putting an offset fullback in there now, Scott, to one side for some extra blocking in there. And there he is lining up again for this play.
Yeah, a little offset eye to the right. That is 57. That is Ian Stumpf.
It's a new little wrinkle for the Raiders here in the second half. Their chess match is beginning.
3rd and 7. 4.5 to play in the third. Mount Vernon up 28-24. Heitman in motion to the right. Weiskopf rolls that way. Throws deep middle. Has Heitman all alone. And there's our 7th lead change. 55 yards. Weiskopf to Race Heitman. 4th touchdown pass for Weiskopf.
Heitman's 2nd scoring strike on the receiving end of the night. And I tell you what, that kid is just clutch. That he is so hot right now, they got to find a way to get the ball to him every chance they get.
Offense, defense, doesn't matter. So back comes Williamsburg, and they take a 30-28 lead. Holy cow.
As advertised, folks.
Rethwish for the extra point. This is an important one. And now we've got movement up front. Might be on Mount Vernon. Nope, they're going to get Williamsburg for an illegal procedure.
And these PAT kicks have not been automatic here. Some of them have just barely skimmed over in the first half.
It's been big plays for Williamsburg after the sustained Mount Vernon drive to take the lead. Here comes the extra point try from 5 yards back, and it is up, and it is good.
Plenty of distance.
31-28 in favor of Williamsburg. Mount Vernon serve when we come back with 4:16 to play in the third. Back after this here on CRM Live Sports.
American Family Insurance agent Kurt Gustafson is committed to inspiring and protecting dreams right here in Cedar Rapids and the surrounding area. He starts by getting to know you and your needs and build a free auto, home, or life insurance quote. By bundling policies, we can often offer a variety of discounts. Whether you're purchasing a car, buying property, managing an investment property, starting a small business, or leaving behind a legacy, we've got your back as you pursue your dreams, and we'll help protect them. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. See Kurt Gustafson Agency of American Family Insurance on Johnson Avenue Southwest, right across from the Johnson Avenue Hy-Vee for more details.
Logan Rethwich to kick off for the Raiders.
31-28 lead.
Jace Jaspers and Jackson Jaspers.
Jackson and Jace Jaspers back. We've said this before. To get the kick. As this one has been an absolute joy to watch.
As we knew it would be, as advertised and expected.
Rethwish with the kick on this windless night. High end over end. Jackson Jaspers at the 13, and he'll hand it off to Jace Jaspers on the reverse. 25 and not much. He got to the 29. Second time Mount Vernon has tried a little razzle-dazzle there on the special teams. Which defense is going to make a stop, John?
Man, you know, we speculated early in the game that this could come down to the last possession, and that's the way it's looking. Now, we're not even to the fourth quarter yet. There's still 4:08 left in the third, but still, you got to wonder who gets the ball last, maybe?
Both these teams, state championship participants last year. Mount Vernon in 3A, Williamsburg in 2A. Rolling, Romberg, pass tipped and intercepted. Defensive lineman's dream. Simon Arbrecht tipped it in the air and came down with it. And there's the interception and the turnover.
It was a bad snap back, and Romberg had to roll out to his left. So the play was developed from what the original scheme would have been. And the big lineman got his paw up there, tipped it. It went straight up in the air, and all he had to do was let it come down in the breadbasket.
Second interception of Joey Romberg tonight. First and 10, starting at the 19 in the red zone, and now we've got a timeout taken by Mount Vernon. With 4:03 to play here in the third, with 31-28 to score. I think this is one of those poise timeouts that Lance Peterson has taken.
Yeah, you don't want to have to burn any timeouts in the third quarter if you can't. But I think he wants to get everything straight between the ears of his defense right now.
Yep.
Because if they can stop this change of events, I mean, that would be huge to the outcome of this game. Here's another thing, too, Scott. How many times have we seen veteran-savvy coaches get a big turnover? What's the first thing they do, first play?
Go for the end zone.
They go for the end zone. And I'll bet you anything that Lance Peterson is telling his players, this is what's going to probably happen. You're going to see a big strike play on the first down.
I would agree with you. What a setting here at Bob Murphy Stadium. There's a better setting. Actually, these two teams right now with their two facilities.
Yes. We'll go to either one of them anytime, won't we?
You betcha. So reaching out to the right side, Steckley and Heitman to the left. Derek Weiskopf in the shotgun. First and 10, 19-yard line of Mount Vernon. They'll hand it off to Sin. Nothing. Going to lose a yard. Hit right away. Williams, Jace Jaspers, and also getting up off the bottom of the pile, Cale Rineker.
Wow, that might be the first time tonight Sin has gone for negative yardage.
You hold Williamsburg to a field goal here, and it's still a one-possession game.
Yeah, and they're not in field goal range right now, in my opinion. They're going to have to pick up at least another 5 to 7 yards.
3.5 to play here in the third. With Williamsburg with the ball up 31-28 at the Mount Vernon 20-yard line. 6 on the play clock. Heitman starts in motion. Weiskopf rolling to the left side. Lobs it for the end zone for Heitman and overshot him incomplete. Haverback was back there on defense, the young sophomore for Mount Vernon.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's so hot right now, Heitman. You got to go to him.
And they did. Kurt Ritchie knows that.
That is the exact right call by Kurt Ritchie.
So it'll be third down and 11. I'm not seeing read option here in the second half for Williamsburg. Now they're going to go back to Heitman in the Wildcat here. He's going to get it. Starts up the middle, kicks it to the outside, broke a tackle, 20-15, and spins. Almost lost the ball as he went out of bounds at the 10. He's going to be about a yard short of the first.
I think he was trying to reach the ball out, on the opposite side of the field from where the downs markers are in an attempt to help the official line judge convince him that maybe he should have had a first down, but that was dangerous.
4th and 1 from just outside the Mustang 10.
And this is a huge play for Mount Vernon's defense. I mean, huge.
Full house backfield, Weiskopf in there to block. It's going to be the Wildcat again, and Heitman's got the first down to the 5, spinning. He'll have a 1st and goal down at the 2-yard line. 3 for 3 for Williamsburg on 4th down plays tonight.
This is not rocket science. Get number 6 the ball. In any way you can get Heitman the ball, get number 6 the ball.
And he's going to get in the Wildcat again. Gets it, starts right behind Weiskopf. Ooh, popped as he got to the 1-yard line. Stood up, and it'll be 2nd and goal from there.
Man, close though. Turned his back to the tacklers and took it from his back, all the abuse. But it was smart on his part because that way, no way that ball's coming out.
31-28, 2nd and goal at the 1. Heitman again. Has it in the Wildcat. He'll go right again. Cuts it up and is in. Touchdown, Williamsburg.
That's the hat trick for Heitman. The running touchdown to go along with 2 passing reception touchdowns.
First double-digit lead, or 2-score lead, I should say, for either team tonight. And it will go to Williamsburg off the turnover.
Second time tonight that they have taken the ball down and scored after an interception of Mount Vernon.
Rethwish for the extra point. It's on the way. It's up, and it is good. So it is now 38-28 with Williamsburg owning the 10-point lead over Mount Vernon. We'll take a break and come back with the kickoff for you right after this here on CRM Live Sports.
The Cedar Rapids Iowa City Building Trades Council represents 18 building trade unions in the corridor. Each union provides skilled workers for construction projects throughout the area. Union workers are highly skilled professionals who are determined to better their communities. The building trades unions are always looking toward the future. Training in registered apprenticeships is available. Visit their website at cricbt.org for more information. The Cedar Rapids Iowa City Building and Trades Council, committed to getting the job done right the first time.
It's back to the wall time right now for Mount Vernon, as the Mustangs down 10 now. Need to get something going. Still not time to panic or anything like that, John. You moved the ball last time you had it, or second to last drive before the pick. These Raiders are just making some one-on-one plays right now that are just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and they've got the hot hand with Heitman, and they're getting him the ball.
Here's the kick, end to over end. Coming down, Jackson Jaspers at the 10. Up the hash mark, 20 to the 25, and he'll get to about the 29-yard line. And that's where Mount Vernon will have it.
So third possession offensively of the second half for Mount Vernon. Which Mustang team's going to come out this time? The one that dominated the beginning of the third half and went down for the touchdown methodically, or the one that threw the interception on the last possession?
One setback, that's going to be Jackson Hurd behind Joey Romberg. 3 receivers off to the left, 1 to the right. That's Brazzi on first down. Romberg looking left, now in trouble, now steps up in the pocket and chased and brought down. As coming up, Micah Lang to make the hit. It's going to be it will go down as a sack and a loss of 1.
Yeah, that was a coverage sack. There all kinds of red jerseys smothering the Stang receivers downfield.
They got Weiskopf back at safety now and moving some guys around here. Second down and 11. Minute 39 to play here in quarter number 3. Split backs, now Brazzi out of the backfield in motion. They'll hand it off. Hurd, big hole, 35-40. He could go. Chased down Heitman from behind and got him.
Oh, Heitman again.
from the 26-yard line. Race Heitman chased him down and then tried to do the tomahawk chop
And
on
he
the ball.
almost stripped that ball away. And Heitman, his speed is phenomenal. How did he run that down? There's no way he should have caught him.
Best run of the night, 46 yards for Mount Vernon and for Jackson Hurd. 1st and 10 Mustangs, down by 10 here in the latter stages of the third. From the Williamsburg 26-yard line, they'll hand it off, same play. Hurd up the middle again to the 20, and he'll get down inside the 20, close to the 18-yard line.
Heitman again in the backfield, trying to harass the quarterback.
Could be one more play coming up here in quarter number 3. Steckley on the tackle that time. It'll be 2nd down for Romberg and Mount Vernon. In the gun, Hurd right behind him. Long count. They'll give it off to Hurd, off tackle right, cutting it back and hit hard by Weiskopf. Who else? As he gets to the 15, but that should move the chains for a 1st down. Mount Vernon's found something here on the ground, and we'll see if they run another play here. So we're down to 12 seconds here in the third, and Mount Vernon's going to go to the sideline. We'll catch our breath as we get ready for the 4th quarter. After 3 of this Iowa High School Class 3A quarterfinal, it's Williamsburg 38, Mount Vernon 28. Back with the 4th quarter after this here on CRM Live Sports.
Your search for healthy, fast casual in the downtown is over. Whether it's a quick bite you're looking for or a freshly made smoothie, Nutrisport and Smoothie has expanded healthy eating in downtown Cedar Rapids. Business professionals, as well as gym goers, are singing the praises of their freshly made wraps and breakfast bowls, while the smoothie lover can choose from a variety of nutritious fruit and protein options, including your choice of adding the newest frontline supplements. For a fast, healthy, and convenient downtown option, look no further than Nutrisport and Smoothie.
Should start to get some finals to leak in here soon on the Emil's Hideaway scoreboard. Going to the 4th quarter, it is in 4A. North Polk leading Cedar Rapids Xavier 17-7. Saints playing without Noah Schimberg tonight.
I got an update here, Scott. Saints have just scored at 17-14 now, North Polk. Less than 10 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Our correspondent down in Alleman right now, that would be Mr. Tom Miller.
Yeah, thank
proprietor
you, Tom.
of Schumacher Carpets.
There you go. One of our great sponsors.
Yes, indeed.
So we'll give you the 3rd quarter numbers. Total yardage here in a moment. They are gaudy for both teams. 1st and 10, Mount Vernon. Brazzi out of the backfield to start the 4th quarter. They'll throw it to him in the flat, 15 to the 10, and brought down on an ankle tackle as he gets down to about the 9-yard line. So he'll go for 6. And another catch for Brazzi. 15-21 now. 2 touchdowns, 2 picks for Joey Romberg.
Well, and they've been down here before inside the red zone like this, coming away empty-handed. And they've got to score here. And it can't be a field goal. It's got to be a touchdown.
2nd down and 4. Wide side of the field to the right. Little shovel pass to Ethan Wood. And going to be short of the 1st down. Only going to get about a yard on his first catch of the night.
Long handoff with a lot of blockers out on the sweep action there. But a great job defensively by Williamsburg of setting the edge and then bringing the inside linebackers in to clean up.
368 total yards, Mount Vernon, 347 for Williamsburg through 3 quarters. Mount Vernon has been excellent tonight, 5 of 7 on 3rd down. They got a 3rd and 4. They need just outside the 5-yard line, down 10 here in the 4th. Here is the handoff on the sweep to Brazzi. Breaks a tackle, but it's not going to get to the 1st down marker. Brought him down for no gain.
Boy, now you got a long 4 on 4th down, and it looks like the field goal team's coming in.
They're going to bring in Bennett Harp.
It's going to be kicking from the left hash.
25-yard attempt to try to pull Mount Vernon to within a score.
This is not right-footed kickers' best position here. They don't like that left hash this close.
Francis to hold. Here it is. Kick on its way, and it's no good.
That's tough from that left hash, Scott, for a right-footed kicker down that close. It's just a goofy angle. It always is.
Yep. And that was a big bullet dodged by Williamsburg. And they'll take over at the 20-yard line with 10:03 to play. And after that, now you basically, if you're the Mount Vernon defense, you just can't give up any more points.
You can't. You got to shut them out from here on out.
You just can't. So
another trip inside the inside the red zone, where at least they didn't turn it over this time. But yeah, my gosh.
First down at the 20-yard line for Weiskopf. Sin in the backfield. There's the read option. Weiskopf on the keep. Broke a tackle. Runs over a man.
Put his shoulder down.
Wow. And gets to about the 28-yard line. And we got a flag right at the end.
That was a vicious hit by the man carrying the ball.
And it's going to be a face mask to boot on Mount Vernon. That's going to give Williamsburg a first down. Only a 5-yard variety. And it'll be a Raider first down. And Weiskopf approaching 100. He's got 91. Sin has 93 yards. Heitman has 27 yards on the ground for Williamsburg.
All right, between Heitman, Sin, Weiskopf, they've just been gouging the Mount Vernon defense all night long.
And now you take a look, John, and they're not huddling. It's kind of that muddle huddle, but the coaches, they are not going to signal into play if there's 15 on the play clock.
Yeah, they're taking as much time off the play clock as they can. Plus, they give their guys a blow. They got 8 guys going both ways.
First down from the 34-yard line. Weiskopf again on the keeper. Jackson Jaspers along with Miles Francis bringing him down as he gets to the 38-yard line. And I think you're going to see a lot of number 12 carrying the football from here on in. 9 to play here in the ball game.
As long as they can keep moving the chains, there's no reason to with the 2-score lead.
38-28 in favor of Williamsburg in his 3A quarterfinal. Taking advantage of a couple of Mount Vernon turnovers. Second down. We'll call it a long 6. Weiskopf off the fake to Sin on the keeper. Swim move, 40, 45, still on his feet, 50. And brought down. Jackson Jaspers might have saved a touchdown, as that's a 16-yard run and a first down. Over 100 now for Derek Weiskopf.
I was getting a good one in him.
Oh, baby. It is a final. Ankeny 14-7 over Dowling.
Wow.
And Cedar Falls has climbed within 7 of Southeast Polk in the fourth quarter. And Ankeny Centennial, they hit the green button on the on the joystick. 41-14 now over Bettendorf. 41 straight for Centennial. They'll hand it off to Sin on first down. He'll twist his way down to about the 43-yard line. Williamsburg with Weiskopf over 100. Sin now with 96.
And Heitman with 3 touchdowns.
Heitman, Weiskopf have been the big attributes tonight for this Williamsburg Raider ball club. 7.5 clock rolling in the fourth. 38-28 in favor of the Raiders. Second down and 7. Far hash mark at the 43-yard line. Low snap. They'll give it to Heitman on the jet sweep. Eluded one and then brought down. Going to be a loss of about a yard, as it was Reneker hitting him. As slow to get up as Heitman.
He has to be absolutely gassed. The guy doesn't come off the field, and he's involved in everything. And not only is he just involved in it, he's a playmaker in every aspect of the game. The guy is phenomenal.
That'll be the only time he's come out tonight.
I don't know how the guy's breathing.
3rd down and 8. Play clock down to 5, and I think we're going to get a Williamsburg timeout. Kurt Ritchie's going to call the timeout. And they'll take it with 6:33 to play. First one of the second half right now for Williamsburg. Let us have an opportunity to give you a few more scores here on the Emil's Hideaway out-of-town scoreboard.
I'd like to remind both teams and the fans to wait for the presentation
As
of awards at the conclusion of the game.
Central Lyon George Little Rock.
After the game.
Now a 48-27 lead late in the 4th against Carroll Kemper.
Sounds more like it.
It's now a final Van Meter 31-21 as Van Meter beats PCM in Class 2A. So they move on.
Both those teams kind of must have taken a little deep breath at halftime and came out and changed things around.
Sioux Center and Sioux City Heelan are in double overtime. Heelan scored, needed an extra point to win, and missed it. They're going to 3 overtimes, tied at 20.
Harlan knows a little something about this time of year.
MFL Marmac has defeated Regina tonight, 22-7.
This might be their first dome appearance in school history.
It might be. We'd have to check that. 3rd down and 8. Weiskopf hit in the backfield. That time Mount Vernon was sending everybody at number 12, and Jace Jaspers along with Reneker brought him down, and that's going to be a loss of about 4. And it's going to be a punt. John, we've got a punt. First one of the night for Williamsburg. Second, I beg
Yeah,
your
they had
pardon.
one on that first possession at the start of
Second
the
one
game.
of the night.
But we haven't seen many.
We're under 6 to play. We're over halfway. And Mount Vernon down by 10. Weiskopf's going to take this entire play clock down to 3, to 2, 1, and they're going to take the penalty.
Penalty flag on the play.
Not sure I get that.
I don't either. It's going to be delay a game against Williamsburg. March it back to the 46 in Raider territory.
It's not like he was just going to kick that into the end zone no matter what he did.
I think you're starting to see a little bit of those 8 guys going both ways here for Williamsburg.
They have to be tired. They just have to be.
Mount Vernon bringing everybody. High snap, and he got it away. A high, nice spiral kick. Will take a bounce, and it hit Ryan, and he'll have to cover it up at the 10-yard line.
What a clutch kick by Weiskopf.
Wow. Well, that's why he's going to be playing high Power 5 D1 football.
Wasn't a great snapback to him, and he had to hurry his delivery in the kick, and yet he boomed a perfect spiral. Wow.
And a good job by Ryan to jump on it after it hit him. 5:36 to play. Mount Vernon down by 10. And it'll be first down Mustangs at their own 10-yard line. Shotgun Romberg has time. Now the pocket collapses. He's rolling right. He's going to have to throw it away. Incomplete. Throw it to the Mount Vernon sideline. Another coverage of great importance there by Williamsburg.
With the coverage for the Raiders, applying the pressure on Romberg.
And it'll be second down coming up for the Mustangs. Romberg, 16 of 23 for 258 yards, 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He's back to throw it again. Going to throw it, crossing pattern, and it's incomplete. What a hit. Guess who, John?
Heitman. Guy is everywhere.
Jace Jaspers had it for just a split second, and then Heitman just, with the big hit, separated the ball.
What a phenomenal game that young man has had.
We'll pick our player of the game, brought to you by First Federal Credit Union. At the end of this one, online at firstfedcu.com. 3rd and 10, 5:23 to play for Mount Vernon. Jaspers in motion to the left. Romberg to throw. Under pressure, throws the near side, incomplete. Jaspers went up to get it. Weech knocked it away. And a 3 and out. What? Oh,
Gonna go for it?
I don't know. Do you go for it on your own 10?
4th and 10 on your own 10-yard line.
And I think Lance Peterson's going to go for it.
I think he's thinking that we've got to go for it. The only chance that they have down 2 scores is to be able to convert, and otherwise it's academic.
4th in the season here for Mount Vernon. Hurd behind Romberg. Shotgun snap. They're going to go for it on 4th and 10. Romberg throws it to Brazzi, makes the catch, and he's got a first down.
No problem.
13 yards on the pickup to the senior Evan Brazzi.
Brazzi says we had it all the time. Whew. Work on it in practice every night, fellas. Just call and play.
Little rubber out there, and it's a gain of 13 and a first down. From the 23, off the quick count, Romberg to throw, now steps up, under pressure, rolls right, directing traffic, still has the ball, throws sideline, incomplete. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
Intended for Ethan Wood.
4:50 to play, 38-28, Williamsburg in this 3A quarterfinal. And it is over in Alaman. 17-14 North Polk, and there'll be a new champion in 4A as the Xavier season comes to a close. 2nd down, Romberg out of the gun, setting up the screen. It's caught at the 25 to the 30, and Hurd will take it close to a first down. Going to depend on the spot. Going to be real close.
They're going to measure this.
And I think he's going to be a tick short. So the Xavier season comes to a close. There's too many injuries for the Saints this year.
Yep.
They'll bring the chains in, and they will move them. According to my eye, I think he's going to be short, and he is. And it will be 3rd down and about a length of a football.
Brings up 3rd down and inches for the Mustangs.
So it'll be 3rd and inches. 4:42 to play. And as soon as those chains are set, they'll start up the clock. That full house look for Mount Vernon, and now Romberg will go under center. He's going to probably take it himself, and he will, and he's still on his feet, moving that pile ahead. And he's got first down yardage all the way out to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, he took that about 12 yards there on the old quarterback sneak.
Joey Romberg, the ball carrier.
It'll be a first down for Mount Vernon.
Tackled by Race Heitman.
Nearing midfield.
1st and 10, down by 10 at the 45. Romberg rolling to the right side, throws sideline, leaping attempt incomplete by Ethan Wood.
Oh, that ball was thrown right on the money. Wood just couldn't bring it in.
Had a couple guys draped on him, including John Eichhorn.
Intended for Ethan Wood.
And it'll be 2nd and 10. 38-28 in favor of Williamsburg. As the Raiders have taken advantage, they've scored 14 points off of Mount Vernon turnovers. 2nd and 10. From the 45, Mustang territory. Romberg straight back to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Going to throw deep middle. Now going for Brazzi. And it is intercepted or no, incomplete. Steckley went for it. And official on the far side says incomplete.
Yeah, I think he trapped it on the ground. Williamsburg crowd doesn't buy in that, though.
And it'll be 3rd and 10 once again. For Mount Vernon with 4:10 to play. 4-down territory for the Mustangs, down by 10 points. What does Lance Peterson dial up here? Trips to the right side, Krob to the left. He's had 2 big catches. Romberg rolls right, throws a quick out. It's caught by Brazzi somehow, and he's got a first down into Raider territory at the 41-yard line. A diving attempt for the interception, John, and I don't know how the D-back missed it. Gain of 14 and a Mustang first down.
Fletchen broke very quickly on that ball and very nearly came up with the pick.
1st and 10 at the Raider 41-yard line. Right now, only rushing 3. Now Heitman coming on the blitz. Romberg rolling to the left side. Hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. Wood had it stripped by Weiskopf.
Oh, and Romberg just got leveled by Heitman.
Yeah, he got nailed.
Just leveled.
2nd and 10.
Romberg pops right back up, though.
With 3:55 to play. Mount Vernon still in this football game.
Yes, they are. But they're going to have to score a touchdown here. And then this is going to be an onside kick.
2nd down from the 41 of Williamsburg. 3-man front. They drop 6. Here's the delayed draw to Hurd. 40 to the 35 as he angles right and gets close to first down yardage. Taking it down to the 31. And again, officials are going to take a look at it.
Down to the Raider 31-yard line.
And he is going to be about a yard shy again. I don't know why the Williamsburg fans are yelling about measurements. I get they want the clock to go, but it's you got to know if it's a first down or not.
Yes, you do. You've got to be ultra sure of everything at this point.
Solon has beaten West Delaware 36-35.
By the hair of their chinny chin.
So Solon advances. The team that beat both of these squads twice.
Creston cruising now over Webster City. That nearly over, 50-27.
So Creston is going to be the number 1 seed. Solon is going to be the number 2. So if Williamsburg hangs on here, it's going to be the rematch
Solon.
between Williamsburg and Solon.
Oh, won't that be a hummer? Wow.
I would pay to see that one.
Oh.
3rd down and about the length of a football.
Was that 21-14 first time, I think?
Correct. Now, Mount Vernon did take a timeout there, John. So they are left with 1. 7 of 10 on 3rd downs tonight for Mount Vernon. It'll be 3rd down and about the length of a football. And Romberg's going to take it again on the quarterback sneak, and he's going to get the first down. He'll take it down to the 29-yard line for a gain of a couple. 18th Mount Vernon first down here in the ball game. But clock running, 3:35 to play here in the ball game. Down 10, 38-28 Williamsburg. Romberg to throw. He'll swing it out to Hurd at the 30. Cuts it back to the 20. Still on his feet, 15. And gets down to the Raider 15.
Another first down will stop the clock.
That's a gain of 14 and a Mount Vernon first down. A lot of prevent being played right now by the Raiders.
That's why that flat pass went so well on that play.
Shotgun to Romberg. Looking, still looking, rolling to the right side. Being chased, going to throw upfield, and it's incomplete. Threw it away as he was trying to elude Ian Stumpf.
And again, Romberg goes down hard on the pursuit after just getting rid of the ball, driving it into the ground.
Stops the clock, though. 3:04 to play in the ball game. 38-28 Williamsburg here in the 4th quarter.
Yet another trip inside the red zone for Mount Vernon.
And now we're going to get a Raider timeout to talk it over.
Timeout Raiders. Their second charge timeout.
So they will talk things over here. We'll take a quick break with 3:04 to play in the ball game. And Williamsburg up by 10, 38-28. Back with the finish after this on CRM Live Sports.
No matter where you are in life, Hills Bank is here to help you succeed. Whether you're buying your first house, saving for your child's future, or preparing for retirement, you can count on the people at Hills Bank for the support you need to reach your goals. It's easy to connect with a banker over the phone or on hillsbank.com because we believe banking is better through human connection. Hills Bank is an equal housing lender and FDIC member.
So thanks you for your assistance.
Back at Bob Murphy Stadium in Williamsburg, this 3A state quarterfinal. here in the state of Iowa. It's now over. Heelan wins in triple overtime.
How about that?
27-26.
The Crusaders are back.
So it's going to be Creston and Heelan, and the winner of this game is going to get Solon. We know that now. Yeah, the Heelan train is back after about 2 decades. Second down and 10. Here comes the blitz. Romberg to throw. Going to throw right side. Going for the corner of the end zone. Knocked away. And a flag comes in. They're going to get interference on Niall Sin.
And it was, too.
Yeah, he pushed him.
He pushed off.
Romberg's pass is incomplete. Intended for Chase.
Crowd doesn't like it,
There's a penalty flag
but
on
it
the
is
flag.
going to be interference.
Oh, boy.
Doesn't happen very often in the new RPI system when the West 2 teams meet and the 2 East teams meet
Refreshing,
in the semis.
isn't it?
So it will be pass interference. Now it's going to be half the distance.
Pass interference
Looks like they're taking it down to the 8.
It's not going to be an automatic first down. Only the 3rd penalty on Williamsburg. But it's 2nd and 3 from inside the Raider 8. 4 receivers, 2 left, 2 right. Hurd behind Romberg. Going to throw the fade right side of the end zone to Brazzi. Knocked away, incomplete. Kellen Cockrell knocked it away. And it will be a 3rd down.
Good coverage there. Ball probably thrown on the wrong shoulder, but catchable.
Brings up 3rd down and 3 for the Mustangs.
3rd and 3 in 4-down territory, down by 10. With 2:53 to play here from Williamsburg. Raider crowd chanting for their defense. That bunch formation in the right slot again for Mount Vernon. And Romberg will roll that way on 3rd down. He's going to lob the end zone. Brazzi, touchdown. Makes the catch, 8 yards. And Mount Vernon not dead yet.
Brazzi faked the slant route inside towards the goalpost and then jump cut back to the outside and was wide open on the far corner.
Extra point coming up to make it a 3-point game. As it'll be coming in to kick it, Bennett Harp. Extra point try, almost blocked, but it goes through.
Well, get ready for the old onside.
Yeah, with 1 timeout left,
You got to do it.
you got to do it.
You just cannot. The way that Williamsburg has been driving the ball and moving the chains, if you kick deep to them, it's over. You've got to roll the dice here and go for the onside.
So that is the 3rd touchdown pass tonight for Joey Romberg. As Williamsburg with 2 check that. Both teams with 1 timeout remaining now. Yeah, if you had 3 timeouts, maybe. But you can't with 1.
The way these teams have gone up and down the field, you can't count on your defense right now pushing the 3 and out. You just can't.
We'll have the Westridge Care Center postgame show coming your way after this one.
Hans' team is out there for Williamsburg. They're expecting the onside kick.
Well, you conclude practice usually, John, with special teams.
Yes, you do.
And we shall see how this plays out for Bennett Harp and Mount Vernon.
10 bodies between the 50 and the 45 for Williamsburg.
And they've got all their specialty team players, skill guys up there. Nielsen right in the middle, Weiskopf back there, and Cockrell. So here we go. They'll try it to the right side. They'll squib it, and it is falling on at the 49, and I think Williamsburg got it. And all the talk about Big Brother, guess who fell on it? Dylan Weiskopf.
And there was no doubt either. He went down and smothered it.
Yes, he did. Sophomore Dylan Weiskopf, 5'11", 190. I got a feeling we're going to hear his name next year.
You're probably going to hear it the next couple of years.
Now, Heidman's going to stay in there in the Wildcat. They're going to go at that right side look, and Heitman hit at the 50 and leans forward to the 49, and here comes the final Mount Vernon timeout.
Picks up 2 yards on the play. Tackled by Nova Lane. And Tyler
Nova
Vernon.
Lane's had a great night defensively. He came up with the tackle, and Mount Vernon can stop it this final time with 2:39 to play in the ball
From
game.
the Mustang 49-yard line.
And then your defense has to make a stop. Well, you send people here, John? You send everybody?
Depends on the formation, I think. If they come back out in that Wildcat with Heitman and the 2 fullbacks offset to one side, then you know what they're going for. Maybe they take a chance and do some razzle-dazzle out of that. There's a timeout now that Kurt Ritchie could come up with something, maybe break the predicted formation out of there. But you know what? You can't outthink yourself right now. You just got to slam up in there, assuming that you're going to see the same thing. You got to pack the box, and you got to slam all those bodies in there.
2nd down and 8. More importantly is the 8 with 2:39 to play in the ball game. As Mount Vernon has to come up with a defensive stop. They've got 10 in the box, and it's the same formation. Heitman will get it. He'll come right side and got a great block from Weiskopf and hits the deck with a 1st down. And that should do it. And I think very appropriate that Heitman got it.
Great seal block on the outside, though, by Weiskopf.
Weiskopf just leveled 2 people.
And that's what we talked about in the pregame, is that he doesn't have the gaudy stats offensively or defensively for his team, but he does whatever his coach needs to get them to win.
1st and 10 at the 34, and the clock will not stop. And really, you could go into almost a victory formation here.
You could do it, yeah.
They will not. They're going to go with that same Wildcat look to the left. And now Heitman will go down to a knee.
Heitman takes a knee.
And Mount Vernon powerless to stop the clock.
2nd down and 14 for the Raiders from the Mustang 38.
And we'll get this play off with about a minute 17 to go. And you do the math, and Mount Vernon's not going to get the ball back unless there's Herm Edwards and the Giants and the Eagles out here.
That's not going to happen.
That happened once. What a game. You hate to see anybody lose in this game. Now Heitman is going to take it, and he's going to finally fall down.
Boy, he took a shot.
Yeah, he did.
He's Heitman, the ball carrier.
Well, you don't want to get anybody hurt in this situation. And
Running for the sideline. I think he was just trying to get a few extra seconds to go off of the clock instead of taking the knee.
So now we're under a minute. 38-35. And now Weiskopf will come back to the quarterback spot. No timeouts left.
No, he's going back as a safety.
Oh, they are going to go in full victory formation here. They'll get it down, take it down, and there's the knee, and that's going to do it. Well, what a ball game.
Wow.
We said to start this contest, it was going to be an absolute gem, and it turned out to be a gem.
Yeah, congratulations to the Raiders. Going back to the Dome again. Different class this year, but just a tremendous effort on their part tonight. They were opportunistic when they needed to be. Got some great turnovers. The 2 interceptions probably were what changed the course of this game and took Mount Vernon's ability to advance away from them. But that doesn't take anything away from the defensive and offensive effort, not to mention special teams for Williamsburg, because they played all 3 aspects of the game tonight almost flawlessly. They did have the 1 fumble on the night, that right before halftime, but it didn't end up costing them in the end the way that it did, the 2 interceptions did for Mount Vernon. So congratulations to Williamsburg. They were outstanding hosts tonight. Tremendous regular season, and now on to the Dome for the semifinals and a rematch with Solon, who gave them their only defeat.
21-14. back about week 7 over at Spartan Stadium. This time in the great indoors, as 38-35 your final score in this one tonight, as the win goes to the Williamsburg Raiders. We'll come back with the Westridge Care Center postgame show for you, and we'll do it after this here on CRM Live Sports.
End your search for your favorite restaurant in Cedar Rapids. Come to Emil's Hideaway. Emil's is the home for the best tasting American food around. Choose from your favorites: chicken, pasta dishes, pizzas, burgers, and fries. Whether you're bringing the whole family for a meal or wetting your whistle at our fully stocked bar, there's something to satisfy all ages and tastes at our classic American local restaurant. Need catering for your next party or event? Emil's has that too. Call them for details. Emil's Hideaway, open Monday through Saturday at 4 p.m., is right next to Home Depot and across from Lyndale Mall on 1st Avenue Southeast in Cedar Rapids. Spinal Corrective Center, 3800 River Ridge Drive Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Dr. Gene Kretzinger, Dr. Janet Kuehl, and Dr. Jesse Heenick provide education to families on healthy living and wellness. If you want to reach optimum health and peak performance levels, or are suffering from injury, pain, and other health problems, the chiropractic care they provide can give you relief and stability. Spinal Corrective Center has over 50 years combined experience in chiropractic care. And athletes, let us help you perform at 100% through sports chiropractic care. Call today at 319-393-3996 to schedule an appointment, or go online at spinalcc.com. Whether you need long-term care or short-term rehabilitation for your elder, one visit to Westridge Care Center and you'll see what has made them one of the finest nursing care facilities in the area since 1992. At Westridge Care Center, our #1 priority is to make all loved ones in our care safe and healthy. Westridge Care Center implements the Eden philosophy to reflect an environment of living as a habitat for humans instead of a place of frailty and waiting. Call 390-3367 to arrange a tour of their privately owned single-entity facility with private rooms with all the amenities. Westridge Care Center, 3131 F Avenue Northwest, Cedar Rapids, and online at westridgecarecenter.com.
Vernon Mustang football. Let's have a big round of applause for the Mount Vernon
Back with
Mustangs.
you here at Bob Murphy Stadium in Williamsburg. Final score of this 3A quarterfinal. Williamsburg beats Mount Vernon 38-35. Scott Unash, John Hegarty back with you. And what an amazing football game. Just we thought it was going to be. It was everything we thought. Wish there wasn't the one injury to the young man,
Yes.
but hopefully he'll be okay. And knew it was going to come down. You said the team that had it last was going to win, and you were right.
Well, you just know when you've got two great tradition football programs like these two that you're going to come up with something like this. And I'm just so proud for both teams, for both programs. Happy for Williamsburg. Sad for Lance Peterson and his Mustangs. I think they could have gone up to the Dome and given a great account of themselves, just like Williamsburg will. But, there's just a lot of good teams in 4A this year, and so in 3A rather. Well, what are you going to do? You get to this point, and the margin for error is very slight. And unfortunately, we can go through and dissect this game all we want, but the two Romberg picks are the ones that ultimately cost them, and especially the 14-point swing there, just at the end of the first half was the one that was the most devastating. But you can't take away what a great season Mount Vernon has had, and the way that they just kept punching and scratching and clawing their way back in this thing. Never say die until the last chance, where they just ran out of opportunities with not being able to get the onside kick. That's how close they came to being able to take this thing and go to the Dome themselves. But this was Williamsburg's night, Scott.
It was, and Joey Romberg did everything he could. All these seniors left it out on the field. A lot of them, players will be coming back next year. It's going to be a bitter pill to swallow tonight,
Yes.
and for the next week or so for this Mount Vernon football team, getting to the state championship last year. We were talking with the Williamsburg assistants as they left the press box here, and one of them said, you know what, this was not a quarterfinal.
He's right,
and he was exactly right.
Yeah, a lot of respect between these two programs, and You know, they just went at it in all the right ways tonight. There are very few penalties. There was not much unsportsmanlike conduct whatsoever. Guys helping each other up after plays on opposing teams. I mean, there's so many things here tonight that were just everything that's right and good about football at this point in the season, to come playoffs, that just how lucky were we to be a part of this, for goodness sake, as broadcasters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet Caroline playing.
You can't go wrong with that. Can't go wrong with that. Let's get you some of the stats and facts and figures in this one. The win to the Williamsburg Raiders tonight, 38-35. Total yards in the game, 454 for Mount Vernon to 384 in the ball game for Williamsburg. And it was just Mount Vernon. It was the big plays that really did in Mount Vernon tonight. Mount Vernon had their share of big plays
sure
too. They tried to go just a little bit more balanced in the second half. And boy, I mean, ifs and ands and what's the old adage?
And butts were candy and us, we'd all have a happy Christmas.
And you know, a field goal that didn't go through. Tell you what, you got to hand it to the defensive player Stump, who made a heck of a play on the interception. Batted it up in the air and caught it. Defensive linemen, they don't get that opportunity very often. Led to another Williamsburg score, which ultimately was the score that won the game for them.
Williamsburg's defense made the plays when they had to. They got the stops when they needed them, and that was the difference.
Going to get to the facts and figures of this one coming up for you in just a little bit. Want to make sure we get this out into the Twitter world, or the X world. I don't know what they want to call it these days, but we'll call it Twitter still. As 38-35 the final score as Williamsburg ends the season for Mount Vernon here tonight. Total yards, 454 for Mount Vernon, 384 for Williamsburg. For Mount Vernon, Joey Romberg in his final game as quarterback of the Mustangs, going to go down, if not the best, then he's right up there. 21 of 36, 316 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Evan Brazzi caught 9 for 116 and 2 touchdowns. He's going to be All-State. Jace Jaspers, 5 catches, 80 yards. Krob caught 2 for 96 and a touchdown. Hurd caught 2 for 23. Wood caught 1 in the ball game as well. On the ground, Jackson Hurd, 16 carries, 95 yards, and a touchdown. Joey Romberg carried it 9 times for 38 yards. Jace Jaspers 1 for 5. Mount Vernon had 20 first downs, penalized 4 times for 45 yards. They had 2 turnovers in the ball game, and 1 3-and-out. For Williamsburg, 384 total yards, 235 on the ground, 149 through the air. Derek Weiskopf, 10 of 14, 149 yards, 4 touchdowns passing in the ball game, and some devastating blocks at the end of the ball game as well, when Heitman was in there putting this game away on the ground. Also tonight, Weiskopf, 12 carries, 107 yards on the ground. Sin carried it 15 times for 96 yards. Race Heitman, 11 carries, 32 yards, and 1 touchdown. Heitman caught 5 for 90 and 2 touchdowns. Steckley caught 3 for 35 and a touchdown, and Eichhorn caught 1 for a touchdown and 16. Williamsburg, 18 first downs, 3 penalties for 17 yards. The game's only sack. Mount Vernon turned it over twice. Williamsburg turned it over once. But the difference is the 2 turnovers for Mount Vernon, 14 points in the ballgame for Williamsburg. How about this for third down conversions? Mount Vernon, 9 of 11 on third down tonight. That's pretty crazy. 1 for 1 on fourth down.
Fantastic.
While Williamsburg was 0 for 8 on third down and 3 for 3 on fourth down.
They'll take the scoreboard, though.
Yes, they will. Time of possession, pretty much even, Steven. Mount Vernon, 24 minutes, 30 seconds. Williamsburg had it 23-30. So the win to the Raiders, 38-35. We'll take a final break and come back with our 2 awards and wrap things up here from Williamsburg and Bob Murphy Stadium after this here on CRM Live Sports.
Carpenters Local 308 in Cedar Rapids is a member of the North Central States Regional Council of Carpenters, representing nearly 27,000 members and their families in the upper Midwest. The union is dedicated to protecting and elevating the economic and social conditions of all workers and to provide our industry with the best trained, most productive, and safest workforce available. Carpenters Local 308 is always looking for new workers to join their ranks. Apprenticeship classes and training are available for you to become a skilled worker for your career. More information on Carpenters Local 308 is available at carpenterslocal308.org. First Federal Credit Union has been helping homeowners for almost a century. Options are crucial when it comes to a first-time home purchase, mortgage refinancing, or a bill consolidation loan. Being able to select the absolute best loan for your situation can literally save you thousands of dollars over the life of the loan. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or an experienced homeowner, First Federal Credit Union will work to find the solution that is right for you. Learn more at firstfedcu.com. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
The victory bell is tolling
If you listen real closely, you'll hear the Williamsburg victory bell.
at Bob Murphy Stadium as the Williamsburg Raiders defeat the Mount Vernon Mustangs tonight by a score of 38-35. Time to pick our player of the game and our play of the game. Our player of the game is brought to you by First Federal Credit Union, online at firstfedcu.com, and they are proud to support high school sports, auto loans, checking, and the best savings rates in town. Find them at firstfedcu.com. And some great seniors. We've had them for 2 years watching Mount Vernon on many occasions, and just an absolute good bunch of folks. And
What a pleasure.
They're a good football team.
They really are. They're so well coached. They're good young men, great competitors, multi-sport athletes. They deserve the success they've had.
But if we got to pick one, I think we got to go Joey Romberg.
I think
tonight.
so. And, if he were up here, he'd say, yeah, but I had those 2 interceptions. But you know what? How many touchdowns did he throw? The bombs, all the ways he kept the game in hand and extended plays. And, nothing happens without him, Scott. It's that simple.
Nope. And so congratulations to the senior, Joey Romberg, all kinds of records at Mount Vernon. And what a quarterbacking career that he had for the Mustangs. He is our First Federal Credit Union player of the game. And our play of the game, it is brought to you by Carpenters Local 308, dedicated to protecting their workers and provide the best trained workforce available. Apprenticeship classes and training are available. Check them out online at carpenterslocal308.org. And tell you what, it's I think you got to go back to the first half.
Yep, I agree.
And
right before half.
The play right before half after the injury, the unfortunate injury to the Williamsburg player.
Mount Vernon's on the 5-yard line of Williamsburg.
And who else but Race Heitman came up with the interception of Romberg.
Completely turned the complexion of the game. 14-point swing on one play, and then the subsequent drive, 95-plus yards. That was it for sure.
Yeah. I don't think that Joey ever saw him coming across, and just made a great play. And Heitman was terrific. Tell you what, if we were just here doing the game,
yes,
it's Heitman. It's Heitman.
He single-handedly took this game on all 3 aspects of the game too. The guy was phenomenal.
So congratulations to Heitman. Congratulations to Williamsburg. And that play was our play of the game, brought to you by Carpenters Local 308. We've got all of the scores in. And I wonder, and let's start with 5A. Ankeny beats Dowling tonight, the headliner, 14-7. West Des Moines Valley beat Waukee 20-7. Who would have thought in Week 5 Valley would be playing and Dowling wouldn't be playing?
2 years in a row.
2 years in a row. Centennial, a big second half. They bombed Bettendorf 41-14. I wonder if Cedar Falls went for the win. 21-20, Southeast Polk beat Cedar Falls. I just wonder if the Tigers went for 2.
Oh, boy.
Makes you either that or because their kicker's too good to miss an extra point.
Absolutely.
Unless something strange happened. So that's the 5A story. In 4A, Western Dubuque beats North Scott 21-7. Lewis Central came from behind to beat ADM 32-21. Bondurant Farrar beat Glenwood 31-21. And North Polk beats Xavier tonight, ending the Saints season 17-14. The 3A scores: Creston all over Webster City 50-27. It was Solon by a point over West Delaware 36-35. And Sioux City Heelan 27-26 in triple overtime. They beat Sioux Center. 2A, Central Lyon George Little Rock on the Emils Hideaway scoreboard beat Carroll Kemper 48-27. Van Meter 31, PCM 21. Spirit Lake 20, West Lyon 19, and Monticello held off Mediapolis 34-28. Class 1A, Grundy Center shut out Dyke New Hartford 40-0.
Ooh.
Wow. Underwood 43-8 over OABCIG. Waterloo Columbus big over Sumner Fredericksburg 35-14. And MFL Marmac ends Regina's season beating Iowa City Regina 22-7. Class A, East Buchanan over St. Ansgar 30-16. Woodbury Central shut out Logan Magnolia 35-0. West Hancock 44-22 over Wapsie Valley. And Madrid over ACGC 21-14. So what it looks like, the semifinal games have been set. Next Wednesday, 8-player. It'll be Algona Garrigan and Winfield Mountain Union at 10, followed by Gladbrook, Rhinebeck, and Bedford at 1. Thursday, Class A, 10 o'clock in the morning, it'll be West Hancock and Madrid, followed by, at 1 o'clock, East Buchanan and Woodbury Central. Woodbury Central throws the ball every play.
Yes,
East Buchanan runs the ball every play.
Going to be a fantastic dichotomy.
4A on Thursday of next week. It will be at 4 o'clock, North Polk and Lewis Central. And then at 7 o'clock, Western Dubuque and Bondurant Farrar. Two good 4A semifinals. Then on Friday, 10 in the morning in 1A, Waterloo Columbus and Grundy Center. Two locals going at it.
Home cooking.
MFL Marmac will take on Underwood at 1 o'clock. And then at 5A at 4 o'clock, it'll be West Des Moines Valley and Southeast Polk. And at 7 o'clock, buckle the seatbelts. Ankeny, Centennial, and Ankeny at the Dome. And then on Saturday at 2A, 10 o'clock in the morning, Monticello and Van Meter. 1 o'clock, it'll be Central Lyon, George Little Rock, and Spirit Lake. And then at 3A at 4 o'clock, it'll be Sioux City Heelan and Creston. And then the 7 o'clock game to close everything out, it will be these Williamsburg Raiders taking on Solon. So
in the rematch.
Got some really good semifinals. Really good semifinals.
And there's some teams in there that I'll have to check this, but I'm not sure all of those teams have been to the Dome before for the semis. We'll have to do a little checking.
Some of them have been. It's been a while.
Columbus?
They've been there before. I
Boy,
know
it's
they've
been a long time.
It was going back to. Oh boy, he's a now West Des Moines Valley assistant.
Yeah,
he was their coach.
It's got to be 70s or 80s, though.
Oh, no. It's been,
No?
about 20 years ago. About 15, 20 years ago.
Okay, well, good for them.
Yeah. But there are some teams that's
Monticello, good for them.
Monticello might be the one, though.
MFL. Good for them.
Good job by those folks. Well, John.
How about Ankeny, Centennial, and North Polk all within a stone's throw of each other?
Very true.
Oh, my God.
Might be North Polk's first. I'd have to check
I'll
on
bet
that.
it is.
I'd have to check on that. But our football coverage will come to an end here tonight. Another great year. You're in 21.
Another just fantastic fall. Unfortunately, the second in 21 that we will not have a Dome game to call. We've been pretty lucky that way.
We've been fortunate.
We have been very fortunate, but another good year for sure.
And we'll look forward to year 22 coming up next year. Football will be here before you know it. And especially before you know it, it's going to be basketball season.
You've got a good winter on the hard courts coming up.
We got a good one. And I know we are starting things off on Tuesday night, the 21st, so about 2.5 weeks. And we will have girls basketball that night, as it will be the Xavier Saints and the Davenport Assumption Knights going at it. I do know that is the first game on the schedule. And then rivalry Saturday, the Saturday after that, with Could be 5 number 1 teams coming to Kirkwood and Johnson
One
Hall.
of your longest days of the winter, isn't
But
it?
it's a fun day.
Yeah.
Man, it's a fun day. We don't do them all, but we can do a lot of them. All right, my friend, thanks, and we'll do her next year.
Well, thank you to all of our faithful listeners, of which there are many, many, many of you.
And sponsors.
We do not take you for granted, and you are such a valuable aspect to our broadcast. Thank you again.
And you can hear all our archived games at crmlivesports.com. So one final time during football for John Hegarty, Scott Unash saying so long from Bob Murphy Stadium here in Williamsburg. Final score of this Class 3A state quarterfinal. It was number 3 Williamsburg 38, number 4 Mount Vernon 35. And you've been listening to a sports presentation of crmlivesports.com. And so long from Williamsburg, Iowa.